Hey everyone, and welcome to the SBA Season Free Showcase stream. Today we watch low-level players get paired up with a coach and a team manager and compete against each other to see who will be the Valedictorian of the season. Sib, any thoughts on this?
Well, first off, I'm so happy to be here getting to commentate for the Splatoon Stronghold. Definitely something I've been very excited about. But honestly, I'm here and just cannot wait to get started commentating these upcoming few battles that we will be spectating.
I agree, yeah. If anyone tuned in or looked at the mid showcase, you're going to see that it was an incredibly close set for everyone. Why, I think first place only had 5 of 18 map wins, so I'm betting it's going to be a really exciting tournament today.
Yeah, definitely. And we are going to start off the tournament by watching Pandemonium versus Last Respects. I was about to say Last Resort because, the first three letters definitely threw me off there, but it's all right though. I was able to catch myself there. But yeah, so what can you tell me about a couple of these teams, Umbra?
Well, as far as I know, these teams are currently competing in the elementary bracket, and we're going to be doing a Swiss round. So it's going to be elementary, senior, sophomore, and freshman. With senior, it's going to be the highest tier, but everyone is going to be competing first just in this elementary round so we can see what they're going to move on to. Currently, Pandemonium is seeded third out of the 7 teams in the tournament, and Last Respects is seeded 6. So it looks like it's going to be a really close match for both of them.
Oh boy, I do love me some really close games happening because you know what that means. Things are about to get very intense during these next couple of games here. But we're gonna wait it out for just a moment here, folks. Before we get started, I just want to let everybody know that for those of you who don't know what the Stronghold Beginners Academy is all about, basically, it is the perfect and easiest way to join competitive Splatoon if you are wanting to start out but don't know where to start. Definitely check out the website where it'll give more information about the Stronghold Beginners Academy. There is also the link to the form. And you can also check out the calendar at the bottom of the website, and it'll give you all of the information on when applications are open. As a matter of fact, applications are open for the next couple of weeks. So if you guys are interested, make sure to sign up now. And yeah, definitely a perfect opportunity for you to start looking and forming teams with other players.
I just want to say something before we start the event. Thanks to everyone for coming out. I'm seeing we have, 37? 37 people are going to come in and tune into the stream. So really happy to see everyone's giving support to the Academy.
Yeah, and also just rooting for some of the teams that are going to be competing today. I gotta say though, like it's always wonderful to see like these two teams just just working really hard during this like period and just getting to show like uh online to see what they are capable of, what kind of weapons they like to play. Definitely the most important thing, like what weapons that they play, because it really identifies themselves as a player.
Yeah. Okay, well, I can't wait to start off with this first set. Hopefully we get into it very soon. It looks like the first round is going to be Rainmaker, Humpback, Pump Track. It's going to be very interesting for this team to play on.
Oh boy, definitely an interesting start because Humpback Rainmaker is definitely one of those map modes where the lead isn't safe and anything can just happen. So yeah, like we're gonna see what's gonna happen with both of these teams, and yeah, like honestly, just very curious to see how they will put up in this map mode. But also, I'm noticing that for the next two games, we do see Robo round two is going to be Robo Ramen Splat Zones, a bit of a popular map mode nowadays. And the third and final round, if we get a tiebreaker, is going to be Mako Mart on tower control, another classic.
Ooh, Rainmaker Humpback, I do agree. The lead is never safe, especially after that first checkpoint. Anything goes. If they get a good special out, get 2 players down, that team can just rush it to the pedestal. So this is going to be an intense first match.
Yes, siree. Definitely cannot wait to get definitely cannot wait to get this battle started here. But I guess while we wait, it seems like we are dealing with some technical difficulties at the moment. I guess while we wait, we might as well chat a little bit. How are you doing today, Umbra? How's the weekend been treating you?
Pretty good, actually. Well, today's a Sunday. I just finished up my first aid course because I'm doing lifeguarding now, and I had to do my recertification. It was brutal, man. It was like a 12-hour course, 9 to 9. I live in Canada, so I'm in Eastern time. What about you, Sib?
Oh, just hanging in there, just having, just, I think you could tell that it's been a pretty interesting weekend. A lot of things happened yesterday. Starters, I got a haircut. I wish I could show it off on stream, but that's gonna wait for a while. So, y'all have to wait and see. Yeah, it's gonna be a secret. Y'all have to find out soon enough once we start using, face cams and everything. But other than that, though, yeah, I've just been, kind of been hanging out with a lot of folks yesterday as well. Just, hanging out with them, playing games, just, enjoying my summer vacation before starting off my semester at my university, And, yeah, but honestly, the thing that really got me very excited is just being here, getting to not only commentate with you, but also getting to commentate these new fresh faces that will be representing the next generation of competitive Splatoon.
Yeah, I mean, really nice to be commentating with you today, and the staff is doing a great job, as well as the academy, and the coaches and the team managers have been doing amazing. They've been contributing so much to the community, and I think, well, even look at these banners. I love the little salmonid and, like, what is it, the wolf for Pandemonium? Like, it looks amazing. And then just all of our art we've been doing recently, I just can't believe how much the academy has grown since Season 0.
Yeah, the Splatoon Stronghold has really came a long way, and a lot of growth has been happening during these last several months, I should say. So it's really awesome to see to really see how far they are now, and honestly, I'm just super excited to see what the future holds for not only the tournaments being hosted by the Splatoon Stronghold, but just from the organization in general, just everything.
Do you have any thoughts about the next maps as well, like Robo Ramen Zones? Any thoughts on that? Only thing I'm kind of wanting to see, if there's going to be any slider cheese, we're going to be really excited about that.
I don't know. I mean, I have a thing or two against zones cheese and stuff like that, but you know what? As long as I'm not involved in it, then I'm okay with it. Like, as long as I don't see any reef cheese on the opponent's side, then I'm chilling like a villain. But yeah, so it's honestly just great to be not dealing with reef cheeses every single time. Like, it's just the most annoying thing ever. But it is the most effective strategy in Splat zones, according to many. So I cannot argue with that there. I'm just glad that I don't want to stay in that action. But anyway.
Yeah, I love to see it. It's super exciting because it's going to flip the zone. Crazy for us commentators. As a player, though, I hate it. I really do. But I think even with it, it's still really fun.
Yeah. But what about Monta's tower here? What do you think we might expect?
Mako Tower? I imagine that maybe we're going to see something like a blaster or some sort of form of AoE on this tower control map, as well as something like, oh, looks like we're nearly ready, and then maybe even, it could be interesting if we see something like a new sticker Splatana stamper, Booyah Bombs were great on Mako Mart, I will say. I think Mako Mart is one of the better Splatoon free maps currently, especially as a tower control map, so it's going to be super interesting. And it looks like we are starting right now. So anything to say before we start, Sib?
Well, all I can say is we're just gonna put those two other map modes aside and get started with Humpback Pump Track on Rainmaker.
Awesome.
And right off the bat here, I'm seeing very, very colorful comms coming from both teams.
Yeah, it looks like only one team is running cooler. Dynamo, a great pick for Humpback Pump Track, one of the best weapons to play on it, as well as Dreadbringer. Looks like the other team, though, they're going to come out with a Stamper and a Zipcaster, as well as a Charger. It's going to be really interesting to see how this team is going to fight against it due to how much cover they can use to work around. Stamper seems like they're going in for a pick. Oh, they can't get it, though. Does it look like... It looks like they're going to run the Rainmaker in? Oh, not quite.
Yeah, we did see earlier that Pandemonium were trying to get a start in trying to break the Rainmaker on the checkpoint there, but unfortunately, Last Respects was able to stop that push from happening. And what a beautiful snipe coming from the ZNF Charger.
Wow. Well, 2 down on both sides. It's a 2v2. We're just gonna see how it plays out. It looks like Pandemonium has Strikes and Inkstorm ready. I wonder if they're going to use it to push in. The other team does not. Oh, but he gets a really good trade. They're not going to have missiles. It looks like the other team is still running strong because they popped their cooler out. Their Dynamo's back in. Their Nautilus is trying to fight for the middle.
Yeah, right now we see that both of these teams are trying to keep this very safe, but right now it looks like Pandemonium seem to be having a bit of a manage, and they able to get a double pick. I'm not sure if that was from the pro, and I think it was definitely from the pro. I wasn't able to catch that there, but
pro, yeah.
Okay, then
from the pro, I think. Amazing.
Yeah, definitely, and it looks like, and because of that, this does let Pandemonium able to break the first checkpoint.
It looks like they're going to pull an early crab, try and pop the Rainmaker, but it doesn't seem to work. Their Dread, he's going to try and provide support in the back, get some pain out. They get 2 down on Last Respect, so 3 down. Oh, this is going to be a devastating push if they get forward, and they pop Strikes. They're taking the Rainmaker. How far are they going to run it? 30? Oh, are they going to stop it? 2 down again on Last Respects. Oh, but they take the Rainmaker down. It's only the Dread, though. The Dread pulls it off. Oh, but this will wipe out.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, definitely a bit of a rough defense there coming from Last Respects. But sure enough, they were able to take out the members that were jumping into the plat here. And now this is Last Respects' time to shine in starting a push. But unfortunately, they got stopped by, I believe it was the Nautilus or the Stamper. Again, it was I'm losing track on who's doing the kills. But yeah, so right now it looks like Pandemonium is just trying to reset themselves and just trying to take control of mid here, but by the looks of it, they're really struggling against both the Dread and the Dynamo.
Oh, let's see though. If they run it, not quite. I wonder if they're gonna be able to pop the bubble and get it in though. That Stamper, he's pursuing the Dread, but the Dread pops an early crab tank. Can he get the jump? No, he can't, and he dies. Oh wow. Pandemonium looks like they're gonna try and run it even further. Maybe they're gonna try and stall the Rainmaker out on the corner. Dapples has a Reef Slide already though, so if he doesn't die, he can get a really good push going.
Yeah, and by the looks of it, it seems like they are willing to drop it down just so that they don't, just so that they have to put Last Respects in trying to restart their push to the first checkpoint here, and it actually was able to be successful. Because Last Respects seem to be really struggling in trying to not only take control of mid, but just trying to survive from all of the resources being thrown from Pandemonium.
Yeah, oh, they take down the Stamper, but it's 3 down, and they lose their Reef Slider. Oh, it's gonna be really hard for them to get past that Nautilus, especially on this map, as well as those Tenta missiles. It's always gonna keep displacing them, and Pandemonium looks like they might get it. The question is, are they going to get a new score? They get another kill on Dynamo. They're going to break the crab. They might have an open shot at the pedestal right now. Are they going to get it? Oh my god. And Pandemonium gets a knockout. Nice.
Yeah, very nice indeed. You know, I honestly wasn't expecting Pandemonium to take the left flank, the left route, because, you know, I feel like everyone already knows that taking the left route is a bit of an uncommon route. Normally, it is up to the backlines that take that specific route, but apparently the whole team of Pandemonium just wanted to give it a try and see how it goes, and apparently it worked for them, able to take the first round on their belt.
Yeah, well, I mean, in terms of going the left route, it kind of looks like it's a massive choke point, but it is really easy access towards the pedestal. So while the right side is a conventional route to go, it looked like everyone on Last Respect was positioned over on the right side, which left their left side open, which meant the Rainmaker was able to get in before they could form a strong defense and stop them from getting through the choke point. So it looks like our next match is Robo Ramen Zones. It's gonna be pretty interesting. I saw a Dapple Dualies, so maybe we will actually see Slider Cheese here. Any comments on that?
Honestly, I think the Dapples is a really wonderful choice to continue playing in Robo Ramen zones, because I feel like you know, not only does the weapon have Reef Slider, it also just dualies in general just have the ability to just like easily flank around and just catches enemies off guard. And as someone who plays dualies, I'm very excited to see what the Dapples has cooking this upcoming round. But we're gonna find out soon enough here. And yeah, I've just been noticing like a lot of very colorful comps coming from both teams. Yeah, we noticed a bamboo earlier. That was definitely really cool to see. We also got to see the I believe the ZNF scope, and normally ZNF scope isn't commonly picked a whole lot in competitive Splatoon, so it's nice to see it being picked again. You know, especially because I feel like this weapon, while being not the preferred backline, it is still a really good weapon that has a really great kit.
Yeah, anything that's gonna have triple ink strikes, which is just such a good, it's just such a good special in today's meta that it's always really good to pick. But I feel like most of the chargers, especially some of these splat chargers like Zekofin and the new camo charger, are just overshadowed by something like Pencil, even the E-Leader sometimes. Pencil is just so dominant in today's meta, especially with the cooler options. And it only looks like one team has a cooler right now, that Dynamo, but I am wondering if they're going to switch off the Dynamo because it does somewhat struggle in these open maps like Robo Ramen.
Yeah, especially when it's out in the open, either the backline or any of the long range weapons can easily take out the dynamo. But we're gonna find out soon enough as we get started in game number 2 here, folks. And I am seeing I think I'm seeing a few new changes coming from Last Respects, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like instead of the Dynamo, they've now switched to a heavy edit, as well as running a mirror for the Splattershot Pro with the Tenta missiles, the Frozen Pro, I believe. Looks like they're going to still run Reef Cheese. They're going to have a Crab Tank to help them push in. But on Pandemonium side, doesn't even look like they've changed anything. That Stamper, he's going to try and push in, maybe take a pick on that Crab. Oh, the Crab, that's a good pick on the Crab. It gets a kill on the Pro. This Pro looks like he's going to get missiles out for their team soon.
By the looks of it, it seems like they're just holding it just a little bit longer, which honestly fair enough, because with the missiles, this does enable the team, the Slayers specifically, to go into their base. But it looks like the Pro is taken out from the side of Last Respects. But I did see the missiles being coming out from the Pro in Pandemonium, and oh my goodness, it looks like Pandemonium is just going in.
Oh my god, the dualies. He gets picked off. This is unfortunate. Pandemonium is 2 down. 3 down, and they've only killed the Stamper. Pandemonium is just getting such a huge lead here. Last Respects is being pushed back to their spawn. They can't get a push out. Maybe they can get something out here if they get something like a Reef Slider or a Crab Tank. Especially with that cooler out now, they just popped the Crab Tank. Their Splattershot Pro nearly has missiles ready. And a Reef Slider. They're going to cheese the zone. Great job from their Dapple Doolies.
Yeah, very great job coming from the Dapple Doolies there, but unfortunately they did get taken out by the Stamper there, and now we do see Pandemonium now using their specials trying to retake the zone, and sure enough, they were able to take it, and now they're just going back to where they started before, just going into their base, but you gotta be careful, because once you go in, you gotta make sure to paint up everything, otherwise there's always bound to be a shark there, specifically the Dapples, able to take out the Knots. So this does allow Last Respects to try to retake the zone, but by the looks of it, they seem to be pretty struggling. But they were able to take out the Splattershot Pro and able to retake the zone. Very nice.
Yeah, and they get 3 down. It's just the Zekofin. If they play fast here, they can make... Oh, but the Zekofin gets a good pick. A good 2 picks. And his strikes ready. Okay. The question is, though, they do have Slider and missiles ready. When will they use them? To push back the team or to cheese the zone?
Well, by the looks of it, it seems like they were able to paint up the zone quickly thanks to the missiles here. But yeah, honestly, from the looks of it, we've been seeing a lot of constant back and forth coming from both of these teams here. But as of right now, though, Pandemonium seems to be taking a lot of control here. And now we see both the Crab and the Reef Slider being released from Last Respects here, and this does allow them to retake the zone here. Remember, folks, the one important thing that both of these teams need to do is try to be in front of the objective. That'll definitely increase your chance in getting a lockout.
Looks like they pop strikes, but they get 2 kills from that. But admittedly, the Pro and the Crab are going to have missiles and Crab ready respectively, which means that they can get a great push here. It's anyone's game right now. 49 points versus 26, very close. They pop out an early Crab. They get a huge pick and a Reef Slider. Wow. They retake zone.
Yeah, wow, indeed. Yeah, they were able to retake their zone immediately, thanks with the help of the Crab and the Reef Slider, as always. But we do see that the Zipcaster is coming out from Pandemonium, sorry, and they were able to take out. Yeah, they were able to take out one player, and I believe that was the Dread. Yes, and they were also able to take out the Dapples. Really huge picks coming from the Stamper.
Yeah, and they take out their cooler weapon as well. This is huge, even if they've traded with the Stamper. But it looks like that Pandemonium Pro is going to get missiles out, which is going to be devastating because they're already counting down at 17, 16. It's going to be a really close game if they don't cap it. But they do flip the zone. Now, will we take them into overtime, or are they going to lose?
Well, only these next 10 seconds will tell, folks. But we see the Pro just amazingly able to take out 2 players coming from Last Respects here. And now, I thought for a second this was going. I thought for a second this was going. We were about to see a retake there of the zone, but unfortunately, though, I think a couple of members from Last Respects, sorry, were unable to capture the zone due to the lack of players that were respawning. But yeah, that is it for both of these teams. Yeah, honestly, that was really incredible. Just watching this intense back and forth between both Pandemonium and Last Respects.
Yeah, I agree, Sib. It looked like a really close match for the second zones one. Honestly, I thought that Last Respects was actually going to be able to maybe pull out a clutch win because they had a slider ready, and I was thinking they were going to cheese and flip the zone and maybe hold it for a bit longer. But they were unfortunately unlucky. That Splattershot Pro for Pandemonium, they were doing great. They got 2 kills at the end, entirely stopped that push. Even the heavy edit couldn't save them.
Yeah, But with all that being said, though, great job to Pandemonium for taking the first round. For Last Respects, this isn't the end just yet. You still have a few more tries. These next couple of rounds. So don't give up just yet. Don't let that mentality get to you. It's only the first round. Anything can happen in these next couple of rounds here, folks. But yeah, so far, if we take a look in the Academy Showcase, Sendu, we do see that Indivisible was able to win 2-0 against Super Whimsical Insane Group, and Quick Claw was able to win 2-0 against Freshly Picked. Oh boy, this is a dominating full for sure.
Okay, looks like we have Super Whimsical, Freshly Picked, and Last Respects in Sophomore. Meanwhile, for our seniors, we have Indivisible, Critters Inc., Quick Claw, and Pandemonium going up against each other in the semis. So I'm really hoping this is going to be a super intense match. Pandemonium was doing great. I cannot wait to see their next games.
Yeah, we cannot wait here, folks. So before we just wait it out, we're just currently waiting for who will be spectating in round 2 here. Yeah, like honestly, like let's just take a look back on what we witnessed from both of these teams, some of their strengths and weaknesses. What were some of the strengths and weaknesses that you've noticed, Umbra?
Well, it looks like Team Pandemonium, great single-player mechanics and strength. They're able to play by themselves and get a lot of kills, but they're also able to have a lot of team coordination. Whereas I think that they're sometimes struggling with their special usage, as in not knowing when to use the specials or using them too late, too early. Looked like mostly the same for Last Respects, but they weren't as coordinated. Especially when I talked about that right side of the checkpoint, they were all just clumped up over there, and Pandemonium just completely went the left side. There was no defense over there. So what Last Respect looks like they need to focus on right now is keeping a spread out defense that can come together if necessary to defend one flank or push, but not specifically focusing on one side of the map. Okay, we're going to take a quick break now for the next round.
Yes, give us a couple of minutes here, folks, as we are going to switch things up here. So stay tuned.
Well, hey everyone, welcome back to our second round. Critters Inc. and Indivisible are going to go against each other. So, what do you think, Sib, about this?
Well, I'm currently looking at their Sendu right now, or their team sites right now, and from what I could tell, like what we saw earlier in round one, I am seeing a lot of colorful comps. And by colorful, I mean a wide variety of weapons that all of these players main, which is very, very cool. So, from what I could see here from Critters Inc., I see that there is a bow player. Not only do they play the tri-stringer as along with its other kits, but also the well string. And I also see that another one really is into splatlings, both the heavy edit and the Nautilus. Yeah, honestly, like we are just seeing as you can see, like we are just seeing a lot of really cool colorful comps here.
I mean, yeah, with your mentions of the bow, I'm really hoping we see something unique. I've been enjoying the inkjet angle shooter tri-stringer a lot. It's been really cool, and I hope that it's going to be picked out. Inkjet or Wellstring, I'd be happy with either one. I'm also seeing a mint decavitator and a gold dynamo, so really unique comps coming from both teams. Maybe even a new Cobra Jet Sculpture as well. That could be really interesting. Any thoughts, Sib?
I mean, not much to say. I mean, like, definitely seeing, your standard typical weapons that we obviously have seen before in, like, competitive. But, I'm very honestly excited to see, if, we will see the, Cobra Jet, because, I don't know, like, I feel like the Burst Bomb and Splashdown kit is very underrated in my opinion. But with all that being said, though, let's see what Indivisible has right now. And I am noticing that we see Paintbrush being picked up by one of the players, and I also am seeing the tent umbrella, which is now starting to make a rise in competitive as what we've noticed so far, mainly from Shadow from Moonlight.
Yeah, well, especially if they picked Tent Umbrella, it didn't look like the other team had a lot of object damage, which means they're going to struggle a lot against this Tent Umbrella. So Indivisible could pull out a win just from that tent, hopefully. I'm also seeing a roller, the Splat Roller. It's going to be very interesting. I'm seeing 3 different Splatonas. We have the normal Splatona Stamper, the Sticker Stamper, and the Mint Decavitator. So let's see if we pull that out, and as well as a bucket. It looks like their team is very midline oriented.
Yeah, definitely being definitely really all at it with this midline focused comp. Like I am very excited to see like how this team will pull it off. But with all that being said, folks, we are going to kick things off with Clamblitz on Museum Delfonsino, of another classic Splatoon 3 map. That map mode that has been around ever since the beginning, honestly. So I'm very curious to see, like, honestly, I think, like, from what we could tell, I think from what I could tell, like, this is going to be quite an interesting fight, especially because of how open this map is.
Yeah, Museum Alfonzino Clams. Sometimes a controversial opinion, sometimes not. Museum Alfonzino Clams is my favorite and possibly the best rotation, what I think it is, for the Splatoon 3 map rotations. What do you think about it?
I mean, this is definitely one of those, like, map modes where you really have to, like, coordinate your specials, which is one of the things I love. You really gotta, like, use one of your, you gotta really use, mainly a Zuka or Strikes or Crab to enable you to go in. And then once the Zuka, Crab, and Strikes have been used, it is up to the teammates that pushes up to plat to really use like the in your face specials like either Hammer or triple splashdown or Kraken, like any of those or any of those. So yeah, like this is one of the things I love about the museum clams. Like it's all based on like it's all about special coordination, and I hope we get to see that coming from both of these.
I hope so too. I saw a Splatana Stamper and a Splatana Wiper, so if they pull those out, they do great for camping underneath those spots in museum. Looks like we see a paintbrush, a Dapple Doolies, and a Heavy Edit. Wow. Looks like Critters Inc. is going to be running a double cooler team. That's impressive. Any thoughts on Indivisibles team comp?
I do notice that they brought out the Cobra Jet, so this is honestly very exciting to see here, because as much as people really don't like Cobra Jet, because you know they really wanted the original kit that it had in Splatoon 1. Honestly, I think this is pretty much custom Explo 2.0 in my opinion. So,
Agreed.
yeah. But anyways, enough about the comps here. I am seeing that it looks like Indivisible is really off to a fantastic start, just immediately rushing in and able to get the power clam in, and only it looks like this is the end of the push here, only leading to 71 points remaining.
Yeah, it looks like Indivisible's going to be really playing fast with their team, running a Heavy Edit and a Paintbrush with like this double cooler, and they have a Crab ready. Oh, but they pop a stamp. The Wellstring gets a trade. 2 down. It's a 2v2 right now, but that cooler is dominating. You see, everyone on Indivisible just got back instantly. The Wiper does have a hammer ready, so we might be able to see some shenanigans from it. Looks like they're going to try and run the ball, maybe even stamp over the Crab. Are they going to break the Crab? They break it, but can they get the pick? No, they jump out.
Still, though, that is very incredible coming from the Splatana Wiper, able to take out the Crab. Because, you know, I feel like once the Crab is still alive, it's definitely going to really make the opponent team, specifically Critters Inc., to struggle a little bit. But unfortunately, though, that wasn't enough, as Indivisible is able to break the basket, and now down to 45 points remaining. And by the looks of it, this is again the end of the push, though. But still, that is an incredible lead.
Yeah, and it looks like their Wiper unfortunately dies to the Paintbrush. And the Paintbrush looks like they might get some high ground, try and fight against that Jet Sculpture and that Nautilus. If they can't get that pick. Oh, but the Splashdown kills the Paintbrush. That's a huge pick for them. Indivisible has their Crab Tank ready, as well as the Heavy Edit. It's going to use their Cooler. This can go either way for both teams, to be honest with you. We still have 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the match timer. And Museum can go either way for each team. But 2 down on Critters Inc. 3 down. It's just a Jet Sculpture. 4 down. Oh, they might lose the lead here. Not lose the lead. They might get scored even more here. They get the ball in.
Oh, but yeah. Unfortunately, though, while they were able to get the push going, Indivisible got completely wiped out by Critters Inc. here, and now Critters Inc. really being really going all in and trying to push up and trying to score. But unfortunately, though, they didn't have enough clams in order to flip the lead. This does leave them having to go back to where they started and trying to have as many clams as they can, as well as getting their specials ready in order to enable a push.
Yeah, you know, Critters Inc. had a great defense, didn't let them get any more balls or clams in, which gave them a free pity ball. Oh, but that Crab Tank's going to take out the Nautilus quickly.
Oh.
And we're going to probably run into the same issue where the double cooler team, Indivisible, is just going to have so many coolers active, they're able to chain them, keep getting that 1 second respawn timeout, keep pushing because they can come back with all of their specials. It's going to be very hard for Critters Inc. to push past.
Yeah, every time whenever like Critters Inc. tries to start a push here, Indivisible just always coming back in, ready to defend their basket, not letting any of the members from Critters Inc. to take control of it. Cooler is just really making the double cooler comp is really making Critters Inc. struggle a lot.
Yeah, but maybe Indivisible gets a sweet hammer kill. Now let's see. It looks like it's a 3v4 right now, but they can't get that hammer kill. Now it is a really interesting pick from Critters Inc. to get a double hammer going, even on Museum, where it does play pretty well. And it seems to be struggling a bit against the heavy edit because it plays really well against it. Are they going to make a ball? Yes, they've made a ball. So the question is if they're going to be able to push and get enough clams to win. They get a huge kill on that crab tank and they drop the ball there.
Yeah, we do see. We are seeing like an absolute bloodbath happening in Critters Inc.'s spinner there that we saw earlier. But unfortunately, though, Indivisible just going in, just taking out all the members from Critters Inc. with all their might, not letting them try to take control of mid, and also just starting a push in general results them in a dub for them.
Yeah, I actually thought that even though Critters weren't able to score any points, it looked like both teams were very equal in skill level. They just got a bit unlucky, especially with the pushes, considering that the double cooler comp was just able to get their enemy team back so quickly that they just kept on pushing. They had no break to do anything at all.
Yeah, but that's all right though. This isn't over yet for Critters Inc. They still have yet to do the next couple of games, and if they are able to win an Undertow Rainmaker, they will still have a chance. They will still have a chance in securing this dub for this round. So, speaking of which, Undertow Rainmaker, another classic Splatoon 3 map mode here, folks. What can you tell me? What are your thoughts and opinions on this map mode specifically, Umbra?
Undertow Rainmaker, well, first off, for that first checkpoint, it's really interesting because the way this checkpoint is going to work is they can either go completely to the left or maybe a bit more to the right. Now, that right checkpoint, it's really easy. If you get 2 players down, you can push that right checkpoint, but they'd have to go past an uninkable floor, which is going to get them stopped really quickly. So normally that left checkpoint is going to be your best bet, but it's really easy to stop them there because it's such a strong it's just such a strong choke point for them. And I am curious how Critters and Indivisible is going to react to this, because Hammer can play great here. So if Critters is going to run a double stamp again, they could very easily pull the dub out, because it's also great for Rainmaker. Double stamp, bowstring, perfect popping combo. If they play this right, Indivisible won't even be able to get the first pop at all.
Yeah, 100%. But the one thing that Indivisible really has that many people forgot is their tent. I feel like with tent, like it could do a lot when making pushes to the checkpoints. Like it'll be a shield that can help you protect yourself while pushing up to the checkpoint and other stuff. And not to mention Cooler. Cooler can still get you back in the action right away, and can let you be able to do some do more chaos and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna find out soon enough what kind of comps both of these teams will run. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with your opinion on the Cooler, especially for something like Rainmaker. They can just grab the Rainmaker, run it, and then die, come back with all their special. It's going to be very hard for the enemy team to fight it. But admittedly, so it's going to balance out with this insane popping power that Critters is going to have. Indivisible's Coolers looked like they were incredibly annoying. Their Cooler chains were near perfect in that first game. So if they run double Cooler again, I'm pretty confident in the fact that it's going to be just as annoying, if not more annoying, for Critters to fight this double Cooler comp.
Yeah, definitely. But but I still definitely think that that Critters Inc. definitely have the upper advantage. Especially as you mentioned before, double stamp, the wellstring, and even Jet too. Especially with especially with the triple splashdown, they could be able to do a lot of they could be able to get a lot of picks with it. So. Yeah, we're gonna honestly find out very soon. We honestly just have been pointing out a lot of good points regarding both of these teams' strengths and weaknesses. regarding their comps. So we're gonna just find out very soon once game number 2 is about to commence. But before that, let's talk a little bit about Umami Zones. What are your thoughts on that specific map mode?
Umami Zones, it's a great map for something like a Dreadringer to play on. And while originally the conventional Reef Slider kit for Dreadringer always struggled on it, it is a bit worrying for when you run a Reef Slider originally because of the fact that it was incredibly hard to cap both zones since you'd have to coordinate a push really well. But Dreadringer does do, it has great paint, similar to the 96 Gal and the Stamper. It can paint the zones really well for Umami, and this Crab Tank, it's going to be really hard for the enemy team to push up if they get a Crab Tank out in the middle checkpoint, or not the middle checkpoint, in the middle of Umami. Any thoughts on Umami?
Definitely the most preferable two-zone map mode out of all the other maps that have two zones. Which I understand why, because yeah, I feel like compared to the other ones, this one is super wide enough and very open, pretty much in mid mainly. This allowing you to like not only easily sneak around through areas that you don't normally expect a player to be at, but also you can pretty much just like be able to paint zones quite easily when you're in top mid, which is I think one of the reasons why Umami Zones is like the most preferred map, because once you're in top mid, you can easily be able to have your team paint both zones easily and just try to defend it once you immediately capture the zones.
I agree, yeah. I mean, Umami Zones, you can see it in competitive sometimes. Umami is notorious for its tower control, because whenever you get it to 40 in tower control, it's just an easy win for that team. Umami Zones isn't quite as bad, but if this team doesn't play carefully, they will get knocked out extremely easily, because there's not many ways to approach in Umami Zones, compared to something like Mahi.
Yeah, 100% there, folks. And it looks like we are running again through some technical difficulties. Not to worry. We are about to commence very shortly here. Yeah, right now, it looks like by the looks of it, it looks like one of the teams are about to sub in switch out players here, which yeah, honestly, I'm very curious to see what weapon they will pick out. I'm not sure who it is, but we're gonna find out soon enough here. And yeah, honestly, I'm just very excited to see like what kind of I'm just very curious to see if there's going to be some changes changes happening in one of the team's comps. I don't know, like it's just really hard to see. It's just really hard to tell.
Yeah, and I am wondering if maybe in Umami Zones, instead of seeing a well string, we might see a tri-stringer. That could be really cool. Inkjet could play really well, depending on how good they are with it. Do you think, actually I have a question for you, do you think their bow player is going to switch off of the wall string for the Rainmaker? It might seem like a weird pick, but maybe they want some more fighting power.
I mean, honestly, I think they should still keep Wellstring, because again, you mentioned before, like the pop, it's going to be an easy pop for I believe Critters Inc. And yeah, and I feel like with Stamp, when you grab Rainmaker and when a player has a Stamper ready, they can easily create a pathway for the Rainmaker carrier to easily just swim in and try to get as many points, or better yet, try to get a knockout if they can. So honestly, I think they will most likely still keep the Wellstring, because I feel like Wellstring is honestly just the most oppressive weapon, mainly for Rainmaker. So, but I don't know, like I don't know. There's always bound to be some surprising changes that we may not expect.
I mean, yeah, Wellstring is really just providing some great AoE for Critters to get in, provide some great AoE, great chip damage. That Wiper was also playing really fast. I am wondering if they're going to keep the Wiper or switch off to something different, because it looked like he was struggling against the Nautilus. Looks like they're still going to play it along with the Wellstring, a Bucket, and a T-Tech. Very dominant comp. It's going to be triple bomb as well as 2 ink strikes. Going to be very hard to push against them. Looks like the other team is running a paintbrush, a decapitator, and their double cooler comp again. Let's see if they can compete against it.
It's the double tri-strike and double hammer supreme, folks. This is definitely quite a special an interesting special comp that you don't normally expect, that I definitely wasn't expecting here. But right now it looks like Critters Inc. was trying to start a push immediately, but was wiped out immediately by Indivisible, allowing them to easily push up the Rainmaker to the first checkpoint and able to do it successfully.
Yeah, so it looks like Indivisible is probably going to get the kill again. Paintbrush, it's pushing in. It got a kill on the Wiper. Very big. Are they going to go for the flank? Yes, they will. And they get 2 down. This Wellstring, maybe they'll be able to stall out. They do have that hammer. They could throw it at the Rainmaker if they need to, but they might get the pull. Oh, so close. It's 1 away, though. If Critters doesn't pull this off, they might lose right here. Wellstring still holding onto that hammer. Maybe they're going to use it. Oh, but they get 2 down, the Paintbrush and Dualies. This is huge for them. It's just the Decapitator. They grab the Rainmaker, but they can't get it in. This is such a close match, folks.
Wow. That definitely was absolutely insane here. Indivisible just, oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Did the team colors change?
Oh my god, they've switched. Now they're running the double cooler team. Guys, we never realized this. Critters is actually running the double cooler team. Indivisible is the one running the double stamp. This is a crazy switch right now. Currently,
actually,
it looks like we might actually go to game 3. Wait, team colors are wrong? Sorry.
Yeah, I think the team colors are wrong.
Something's going on.
It's alright though. I mean, there's always bound to be technical difficulties happening behind the scenes, folks. So we do apologize for that, but honestly, this is just something to laugh about later on. But it apparently Indivisible are the ones that are down to 1 point remaining, and it looks like they are the one, and it looks like they are trying to trying to get the knockout immediately, but unfortunately, they were taken out by Critters Inc. And Critters Inc. just gotta really be careful though, because who knows about the unexpected flanks like the Paintbrush. The Paintbrush just immediately rushed in and able to take out the Rainmaker carrier. Which honestly, it may seem like a bit of it may seem a bit not a necessary pick, but it honestly is a huge pick.
Yeah, it looks great. Also, I'm just got messages from our staff that we've switched them back, so now you can see Indivisible is now blue team. Makes a lot more sense. We thought that the entire team switched, like the team comps changed. Looks like Critters is unfortunately not able to get a pick. It's just that T-Tech alive, and it's a wipeout. This is going to be unfortunate for them, especially with that Decapitator. If they can pop a bubble on the left side of Critters' spawn, it's over for them. They'll be able to get the checkpoint in really easy. Goliath playing the Paintbrush looks like they're going to get a push in, pop the wave really early, maybe get a pick. They do get a trade on that T-Tech. That means there's going to only be 1 tri-strikes to defend, and they pop bubble early. Will they pop tri-strikes to break it? They break it already? That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, Critters Inc., they really have been struggling in not only like try to retake mid and everything, but just starting a push overall, especially because again, like, it's the double cooler here, folks. Like, the double cooler is just really helping them like get in back into the action and just like causing more chaos, as I mentioned earlier here. And because of that, this does let them able to get to 1 point remaining here. They Critters Inc. pretty much just have to like really just really have to get a knockout in order to win here. But honestly, from what we could tell though, they've just been really struggling in just pushing and taking control of mid here. So they got to really figure out what to do in this situation.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know if they'll be able to win this, because they might not be able to get to the Rainmaker in time. It looks like that Decab was just able to push in, and they weren't able to stop it at all. Wiper's trying to defend, maybe get a pick on the Rainmaker. Oh, but he can't quite get that hammer snipe, and that is game 2, folks.
Yeah, yeah, honestly though, like really that was honestly a really great job coming from Indivisible. Like their double cooler comp really just like helped them just continue getting back into the fights quite easily. Um Probably, yeah, it's definitely mostly because, like, they were able to just spawn in a lot of coolers, like, very quickly and just able to, like, keep it going, and, yeah, they've definitely have been practicing a lot with the placements and just painting up for a lot of coolers there and just allowing them to completely have so much control and just really standing their ground here. But really, just incredible stuff from Indivisible there. But for Curtis Inc. though,
Yeah.
honestly though, like really great effort there. It is definitely the most annoying type of comp to fight, especially just fighting double cooler in general. So honestly, like, I've really liked some of their plays some of the plays that pulled off, especially with the stamper plays and everything. Like they were able to get in like really huge picks, and unfortunately though they just weren't able to, like because of the double cooler comp, it just really put them back.
Yeah, I think that the second round and the first round were actually really close, but that double cooler comp, man, it's crazy. And that decapitator, they were just really struggling against fighting it because of how big of a hitbox it is. Tips for fighting the decapitator: you're going to want to play on any sort of vertical slope. That wiper, if they can ledge camp them, they're actually screwed. So it's just unfortunate they weren't able to play against it that well, but it was still great job from both teams. Indivisible with an amazing team comp. I think their team comp building was great. And I just want to point out that Twitch stream is great. Happy for everyone that's tuning in. We have 64 people watching the stream right now. Thanks for all the support on the Academy, guys.
Yeah, that is an absolutely huge number here. Like we really appreciate everybody for just coming on in and just supporting supporting the Splatoon Stronghold. Like just by watching in general, like it really means a lot. Even if you're lurking and stuff, even if you're lurking while doing some things you got to take care of, we really do appreciate you for just stopping by and just doing what you got to do while supporting the Splatoon Stronghold in many ways. Like it's always
I'm actually gonna give a quick shout out.
Oh,
sorry.
You go ahead.
You can continue. Sorry.
No,
you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, we really do appreciate all of your guys' support and everything. There's just so many ways that that y'all can support the Splatoon Stronghold by being the server, just being a staff member, just anything in general. Like y'all really just made the Splatoon Stronghold like absolutely an amazing organization by just being around and helping out in many ways. But anyways, that's all I gotta say. You go ahead.
Yeah, we couldn't have this sort of Twitch stream or this academy without support from the community, which we're really grateful for. I'm gonna actually give a shout out to Placid Flunky, one of the staff members. Just saw him say hi, Umber, in the Twitch chat. I'm seeing some current academy members as well as some ex-academy members. Thank you for coming in to see. And if you guys are interested in the academy, just go sign up. There's no reciprocation or there's nothing wrong with trying to sign up to be in low level. I'm going to be applying for the next academy season. Yeah, there's no problems with coming in no matter really your skill level. We're just trying to take low level players and make team comps or teams of the same skill level and the same goals. So we always want more players. So please be sure to check in the applications in the Stronghold Discord server and come sign up. Or for staff too. We always want more staff.
Yeah, folks, and before we go ahead and take a look and see what round 3 is all about, I just want to highlight the other teams during round two. Quick Claw was able to win 2-1 against Pandemonium. So, by the looks of it, this might have been a really close. There might have been some really close games happening between those two teams. And Last Respects was able to win 2-0 against Freshly Picked. So I guess they might have read my mind during round one, just putting putting their first round aside, and just locking in for round two and able to win on that. So really great stuff honestly really great stuff from all of these teams here, folks. But anyways, we are getting round number 3 started. What are we going to be looking at here, Umbra?
Let's see here. Well, currently we saw last Respects. They performed pretty well against Pandemonium. Unfortunately, they were not able to pull the win out. Whereas Super Whimsical Insane Group, they actually had a bye last time, so this is their first set of the tournament, if I remember correctly. So I cannot wait to see what these teams have cooked up. I see SW Cass over here. Maybe we have the actual mascot of the academy fighting on one team. Let's see. Thanks for the support for the SBA teams. Go Last Respects. I'm seeing some stuff from you guys. See something from Snapcraft27. All commentators. How was the Shadow Guy on Indivisible doing? I thought they were doing great with their coolers and everything. Any opinion on them? Zip.
You literally just took my words. Wait, I don't know how. I forgot how to do that saying, but I think you get
words out of my mouth.
You took the words right out of my mouth. There we go. Sorry. It's been a really long it's been a long night. I'll say this here, folks. I might have had a very interesting nightmare. I'll say that. But anyways, moving on from that, let's not talk about my nightmares. Let's not get into it. But yeah, as you just said, you literally took the words right out of my mouth. The Shadow Guy was doing a really great job out there with the providing of coolers and everything. But let's put round number 2 aside and see what we got from both of these teams here. We've already talked a little bit about Last Respects during game number 1, running they were running some very colorful comps here. We saw the Dapple Doolies coming from Last Respects. We also saw the Dread being picked up from Fly earlier too. Yeah, so other than that though, pretty much the other 3 players, they pretty much just run your standard typical common weapons that we tend to see in competitive. But I also am noticing that Saturn not only runs Decavitator, but also runs Carbon Roller, and it's not and from what I could tell, I don't see the Burst Bomb Zuka kit in their map pool.
No, just looks like they're going to run that new Super Chumps Fizzy Bomb kit as well as the normal Zipcaster Auto Bomb kit. Really interesting picks from them. I'm hoping to see something interesting. Maybe Last Respects is going to take some tips from the last team that we just saw with the double cooler comp. On Indivisible, maybe they'll run a double cooler as well. I'm seeing a Heavy Edit and a Dapple Doolies. That could be really interesting for them, as well as a Mint Decavitator. I am very curious of how this game is going to go. With Super Whimsical Insane Group, we're going to see V Magnum. They're going to be running what looks like either a Mini Splatling or a Dread Ringer.
Sorry. I am sorry that I literally just said Mini. I guess to give you a little bit of some background, I was a former Mini player, so just seeing the Mini being picked up, it always brings me the serotonin in my body. So I'm very curious to see if we get to see the Mini in action. But anyways, continue, Umbra. I'm sorry to interrupt you there. The minute I just saw Mini, I was bubbling with excitement there.
You know what? I just realized Super Whimsical Insane Group. Look, Big Swig is calling. It's Swig. That's the team acronym. It's Swig. I just realized. Ooh. Wow.
Oh,
okay, so we have...
that is very clever. That is absolutely
It is very clever from round 2. Let's see, we have Cass. Maybe looks like they're going to be playing a backline or a charger. It's going to look like they're going to be the anchor of their team. That guy plays a lot of rollers and brushes. I'm seeing 2 big swigs with triple splashdowns on this team. Maybe we could see a double big swig team in a zones game. Um, Kita looks like they're running mainly mid lines. I'm seeing a rapid deco, which we always love to see, a decavitator, and both Lunas, as well as a range blaster. With Rio being the Splatana Stamper mid-line player of the team. Looks like they're going to play every type of Splatana, as well as the Nautilus. So it's going to be a really interesting match, folks, and they might actually be running multiple splashdowns in one comp.
You're, you know what? Now that you brought it up, you're absolutely right. I am noticing a lot of triple splashdown weapons from. I'm just gonna call. You know what? I'm gonna call this team Swig for short, just cause now that you already mentioned now that you've mentioned it, I'm gonna pretty much just call them the Swig team. But
that's what I'm gonna call them too.
Huh?
Oh, I said I'm gonna call them that too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna call them Swig. But anyways, yeah. So honestly, I'm curious to see like if we're gonna be seeing like a quad splashdown coming from a Swig here. We'll find out soon enough here, folks. But looks like we are going to start off in tower control in Inkblot Art Academy, the most iconic Splatoon map mode throughout the series.
Yeah, Tower Control Inkblot has always been a great, it's always been a great map mode rotation, and I always hop on the game when I see it, personally. It's an amazing map rotation, probably one of the best Tower Control maps right now, and I think it's gonna be great, and you know what? I'm seeing, Inkblot Tower, and I'm also seeing Hagglefish Market, Splat Zones, both great maps for triple splashdown, wink wink. So maybe if we get a triple splashdown, like a triple splashdown, if I might say so, it's gonna be very hard for Last Respects to get a good hold on the tower.
For sure. But anyways, folks, we are getting game number 1 starting here, and as from what I've noticed, it looks like Last Respects are running the same comp that we saw earlier from round 1, and from what I see here, it looks like a super whimsical insane group, or the Swig team, is running both the Luna Neo and the Carbon Roller Deco.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's really interesting to see that they picked one cooler. It looks like both teams have a cooler on. They actually have a pencil out, which is a really interesting pick for Inkblot. They have a Trizuka, and they're running the Burst Bomb Carbon. Can they get a pick on that Dread? Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they can. They might be able to get that Dread into a corner and kill it. Oh, but the Luna trades with the Dread. That Carbon does have a Trizuka ready, so they could very well get a good pick on someone.
Yeah, I actually do want to mention something about the Carbon Roller Deco being picked up. While this is a really great map mode for rollers in general, honestly, I think this will definitely be rough for Carbon Roller once they start using Zuka, because from what I remember, according to Kiver, there is an area there. The main mid area is called the no Zuka zone area, meaning that it is going. Yeah, it is a very rough, which means that it's definitely going to be a really rough time for the Zuka to get picks in that specific area. And I think, honestly, Inkblot Art Academy is not really a great map for Zukas in general. But anyways, we're getting a bit off track here, and I'm noticing that that Last Respects, they are already close to getting to the final checkpoint, and they are. My God, I definitely was not paying attention with what we just witnessed here, folks. But Last Respects able to easily take game number 1 in their favor.
Yeah, you know what? That was really dominating for them, and I'm gonna hope that this match is gonna play better for them. Currently, I think it can go either way with these games, to be honest. Everyone seems to be a pretty equal skill level. It was a crazy knockout. I'm seeing a lot of people rooting for Swig team, which, can't lie, me and Sib are probably rooting for them as well. But Last Respects, you gotta admit, they do have the skills.
I mean, like, I don't want to say who I'm rooting for, because I try to stay neutral whenever I get to commentate. I'm just here, getting to provide I'm just here getting to provide the strengths and weaknesses for both of these teams while just seeing what is happening here. So I am just going to be neutral for now here, folks. You will never know who I'm rooting for. I like to be neutral whenever I get to whenever I commentate games like this, because I don't want to be, I don't want to be, I don't want to be, I don't want to be that type of person.
Oh yeah, I'm really hoping that Swig is going to pull out some interesting and unique comps, because I think so far from the Stronghold showcase that we've really seen a lot of unique comps. I mean, personally, I'm remembering the double cooler comp and the double stamp comp we just saw ran, and we might actually see a big Swig ran in competitive, which is surprising to say the least. We don't really see those anymore.
Yeah. Honestly, though, like, it makes sense, though, especially because, like, Big Swig has been just being hit so hard with all of its really, unfortunate kits. Even though, like, the newer one is, like, a lot better than the other kits, it's still, like, even it's still not enough for it to become like a really good roller weapon. It has a good sub. It's just not a good. It just has a really bad special, in my opinion. Like, honestly, the special is not bad. Triple splashdown is obviously great and everything, but I don't know. They could have given it a much better special for the new Big Swig, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this next one, Splat Zones. It's really going to favor any team that gets heavier paint. And Hagglefish Zones is always a good one to flip. We're swapping players? Okay, so currently it looks like we're subbing in some players for some teams. So we will be taking some extra time. I'm really hoping we get to Game 3. Scorch Gourd Clams is a really unique clams map to play on. Any thoughts on that, Sib?
Definitely a preferable clamblitz map for in general. I feel like because there's definitely a lot of routes there's definitely like more options that you can do when starting a push, but also, like, again, like, the one thing I really like about just clamblitz in general is mainly just special coordination. Like, special coordination is always like is just a vital key for able to get really good pushes and everything. If we're able to get a really good lead when putting clams in the basket and everything. But honestly, though, like, I just love I love that Scorch has the option for you to flank very easily, especially on bridge. Like, even though there are some weapons that tend to struggle when pushing up on bridge, mainly like dualies and other type of weapons that have a lot of mobility and can easily be able to flank and give the team the element of surprise. Like, as someone who has done that before a lot with either V dualies or dually sculptures in the past, it is very, very good. Heck, even mini splatling is absolutely amazing for flanking on bridge. But yeah, like, there's just a lot of cool things that you could do, like, when starting a flank, that I love when taking the bridge flank. Like, you can just easily give them the element of surprise with weapons that you don't typically expect.
Yeah, both teams seem to have really diverse weapon pools, so we could really see anything, and this could go any way, or all the teams. It looks like we're loading into the Hagglefish Zones match. We're seeing the same comp, looks like, from Last Respects. Meanwhile, with Swig running a Crab Tank Stamper. Interesting, along with that Carbon Roller and that Dread again. Okay, let's see how it goes. Both teams are going to have pretty equal paint, but the question is that Crab Tank and that Reef Slider, when they clash, who's going to win that fight?
Double Crab Tank is always just a tough thing to deal with a lot. And I know that because many teams that I used to work with a team that had double crab in their comp, and every time whenever we fight against another team and we beat them, they always say that they are annoyed when fighting double crab. So I think this new change for the Swig team might really work out for them.
Yeah, it looks like that Pencil just got a cooler out and they're building for a new one. I am wondering what the Dabbles is going to do. Maybe go for a flank? No. Are they going to slider in? Maybe try and get a pick on the pencil or the stamper. They're going to use the slider. Oh, but they can't get a pick. But they still live. Looks like everyone on Swig team, they're just going to pop a crab, try and have a 1v1. Can that Carbon? The Carbon gets a huge pick on the Dread, but the Stamper's down.
Oh,
They pop a cooler for the pencil team. Wow. And they get a crab out. This is super impressive, and he gets a huge pick on the heavy edit. This Carbon is going crazy right now, and they nearly have Zukas ready. This could very well lock them out.
Yeah, especially since this team, Super Whimsical Insane Group, is running an absolutely oppressive midline comp. Now that I'm looking at it now, because I feel like with Carbon, while it is like an in-your-face type of weapon, I feel like with its vertical flicks, like you can, it can easily like chip damage a couple of the opponents, allowing the other team to easily finish the killing spree for them. So, honestly, like I absolutely love what we saw, but unfortunately though, that isn't enough, as Last Respects was able to like immediately go in. We saw the crab coming out from the Swig team, and unfortunately it has gone taken out immediately by, I believe it was the Dread. I don't remember, but anyways,
by the Horned Dread Crab. Wow.
Yes. Okay.
You know what? This is really close right now for a zones match. But the question is Last Respects going to hold it for the entire time? Because Swig still has a chance here. The cooler comes out. It's 2-1. Oh, but they can't cap it.
Oh.
That was really close, you know? Whimsical had some insane holds there, but unfortunately, that Dapple Doolies was just able to get in and get some picks, and they weren't able to take it out in time.
Yeah, yeah, like, from what we saw earlier, like, Swig really had that advantage there, but I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but I think, because of they might have not been able to try to get in order to result in a lockout heavy situation. Um, and or it might have been that Last Respects might have been using their specials, might have gotten their specials ready and used them in order to push them back, which worked out really well for them. So, but honestly though, like just really great stuff from both these teams. Honestly, like even though the first game was an immediate knockout, I think like we saw a lot of really great stuff coming from both of these teams in Hagglefish zones.
I agree. Yeah, you know what? I thought that Hagglefish match could have went either way. They were both playing great.
For sure. And before we continue on, I do want to highlight the other four teams for just a moment here. It looks like Pandemonium was able to win 2-0 against Critters Inc. And Indivisible was able to win 2-0 against Quick Claws. So honestly, honestly though, there's just been a lot of action that's been going on while we are here just commentating like both these teams at the moment. But yeah, so it looks like bear with us for just a moment here, folks. It seems like this may be a wrap on us. Yep. That is sadly the end of our comment. That is sadly the end of us, but not the end for stream, as we will be getting round number 4 started very shortly. But yeah, it's been awesome getting to commentate with you, Umbra.
Yeah, it's been really fun commentating with you too, Sib. This has been a really cool tournament. We're gonna have Snug Kieran and Inkare come into the stream to commentate with you guys over the senior and the sophomore brackets, I believe. So please, guys, stay tuned in for that after this break. It's gonna be a really intense match between everyone.
Yeah, but before we actually wrap up, where can the awesome people find you, Umbra?
I actually don't really use socials. You can see me on Discord though. Just send me a text at IOAwesome. I'm always open to talk. That's IOAWSOME. I don't really use socials, to be honest. I should set one up though. Where can they find you, Sib?
Well, aside from Discord, you can pretty much find me on Blue Sky at Siberino.bluesky.social. I don't remember what what my at username is, but you can just find me at Siberino at Blue Sky, where I pretty much just not only get to talk about my competitive journey, but also just talk about some IRL shenanigans. And yeah, that's all I have to say. But folks, that is going to be it from me and Umbra. We really appreciate everybody for just stopping on in and just supporting this Splatoon Stronghold. But let's not hold it too long. We're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. This has been Umbra and Sid signing off, and we hope you all have a wonderful rest of the stream.
See you guys.
Hello everybody, welcome back. As you can see, once again, the voices in your head have changed. I'm just joking, I'm using the classic segue that I've been using since the start. It is me, Snug Kieran, the head commentator of the Academy, and with me I have my good friend Inkry.
Hello everyone, I hope you're doing alright, and yeah, as Snug Kieran said, we are here for the 4th round of our Swiss.
Yeah. We will be watching Pandemonium versus Freshly Picked. And now we've already seen Pandemonium play a very impressive game previously during these Swiss rounds, but Freshly Picked is a fresh one on the string for this bracket, so I'm very curious to see how they handle this. Wait, no, I do believe Freshly Picked also play. Pardon me, that's my mistake.
Most important thing will be like, what comps are they using? Because we're going to some very unique maps. I see the first one is going to be Rainmaker on Humpback Pump Track. Very unique in its design. You have a lot of ups and downs. You have a lot of slopes you can move around. So comps will be a big thing on this one.
Agreed. It's certainly going to be interesting seeing how they adapt to each other's comps, because Pandemonium we've seen has a very I'm not sure the best way to describe their playstyle, but it's a very interesting one, that's for sure. I think the best way to describe it is interesting. And we're also starting off with a very choke pointy and stalematey map that is Humpback Pump Track on Rainmaker. We've all been there. We know this one. So most players seeing this map will shudder in their boots.
I see, yeah, on my side, I think I've commentated this map quite a lot throughout my my journeys with Padding Pool. So, yeah, it's a very it's a map where everyone has played, but maybe not a lot. So there will be a lot of surprises, some interesting plays, especially since it's an academy, so we have players that obviously play at their own rhythm and just grow up a lot. So not all teams will have the same strategies because they learn some new things along the way, and they don't learn the same things. So.
Yeah, I do agree with that. It is a very interesting way to see, like, every academy has different coaches, every different managers, they learn different things at different speeds, and, well, yeah, no, take it from somebody who's doing that right now, who is a team manager. Like, it is an experience to see your players, improve over time as they scrim, as they, play with each other. It's really fun to watch. Like, it really is. Either way, we should be starting in just a moment.
Yep, we'll see how it goes. And, yeah, I hope you're all doing pretty good in the chat. Don't hesitate to cheer for the team you want to see win. But yeah, as a reminder, this is just like Swiss, so nothing too much feministic.
Nothing too much on the line. I'm not sure. Let me call it. No.
Pandemonium is in 2-1. And Freshly Picked is in 1-2, so it can draw the score a bit and shake things up for the senior bracket qualifications.
Yeah. Freshly Picked is fighting for a spot here. If they manage to get this, they can actually get into the top cut. So we're definitely gonna see how that works. Okay, we are seeing a very interesting comp start off the bat with, alright, so that's Stamp and... Yeah, no, the Blaster is actually the thing that's actually catching me off guard the most. Wow, that is a very aggressive edit push, and it actually kind of works for them.
Kind of works, it's -2 on each side, -3 now. And that's gonna be... Oh wait, no, there's someone stealing the Rainmaker.
Okay, everybody's just, fighting over there. I'm just gonna pick up the Rainmaker, don't mind me, good sir. And this has already looked like it's going to be a solid start with a very, very quick push. Rain is already up, and the Rain is going to allow them to push in very quickly. I'm sorry, I'm starting to get Splatoon 2 flashbacks with just this alone. Oh my goodness. Very strong start, and...
The defense is already there for Freshly Picked, so they had a few picks on the Rainmaker, and look at how they split into me, just taking aggressive position right off the bat, right off defense. But be careful, the Stomper is still there, taking one kill here, maybe a second one on me. No, going to focus on the Rainmaker to stop it and prevent it from going too far from the push position.
Yes, indeed. That was a very good pivot in terms of target priority, because if they let the Rain through, they might not be able to get it back out of there again. Oh my goodness, yeah. Octo Rush in mid, you can't really challenge it around that unless you're a sword. Unfortunately, you lost that one. But, okay, here we have Zip going in, gets one, gets the naught. It's still there. No, actually about to get recalled, doesn't land back. The Dread actually follows up, getting two. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's very good. 3 on Pandemonium side. They lost quite a lot.
Oh my goodness!
Only split standing is the Zipcaster taking the kill. At 1 point left, and that's a Wipeout that's gonna steal the kill and stop the push. 1 point left. It's KO or nothing right now for Pandemonium.
Yeah, agreed. Like, I couldn't have said it better. Pandemonium now has the pressure all on them. They have 3 minutes to win the game, or they are losing losing the game. It's literally a do or die situation for them in this first game, and a fantastic way to set the pressure, set the tempo, and actually now all Freshly Picked needs to do is just make sure they don't dunk. Well, that's all they have
Yeah,
to do.
that's
They,
minus
like,
2 battle wipeout, and that's going to be.
I spoke too soon!
Completely
Commentator's
open way.
curse! Oh my goodness. Oh, I should never speak again. I am a commentator. Commentator's curse has just occurred. I apologize to
On
the
first
laws
match,
of the
that's
universe.
wild.
I literally invoked the laws of the universe, and this is what happens. You know what? First game on, this happens. All right. I love being a commentator, man. This is fantastic.
There's going to be the opening for Pandemonium and going to completely different dynamic because we're going from Rainmaker, which is a mode where you have to move a lot. The objective is mobile, like you have to carry it. And Humpback Pump Track, which is a lot of slopes, a lot of flanks, etc. And now we are going to Zone, which is static mode. On Barnacle and Dime, which is probably the flattest map of the game.
Yeah, actually, you're right there. Thinking about it, yeah, this has like Barnacle has the least elevation changes in the map currently available on the map roster, and Barnacle is one of those maps where if you have the right comp, you can just completely lock people out if you play your cards right. But depending on a couple of factors, it can actually be really hard to keep people out off of their stack and their plan.
And one thing that I love about Barnacle is that by design, the map is really, really simple. Like, you don't have a lot of things going on that map. But that enables so much different play styles to be used onto that map. You can play very aggressive with a lot of flanks, like play Blaster, play try Bucket, play, I don't know, Thor or something. And just be really, really aggressive. Or you can just hold your ground with like Pencil, Elite, something like that. It'll just play off the range and keep people off the zone. There's a lot to be going on that map.
Yeah, and while the elevation changes I mentioned earlier are quite lacking, the map is not lacking any power positions. Like, there are plenty of places that you can just hold, and like it's going to be very difficult for them to dislodge you without a special or an explosive. And I do believe both teams are packing both displacement and explosives, so we're going to have to see how they work around each other in order to take those power positions. Actually, an interesting comp change from Freshly Picked there. Like, we've got Wiper, Octobrush, and...
Wiper, Octobrush. That's going to be interesting. And the Mini is like... I love that weapon, and especially with the new kit, you can just enable pivots with the beacon. You have the Zuka, and that's already an opening -3 for Pandemonium, opening the game amazingly, and already started to lock Freshly Pick in the spawn with that charger pick, and the lead is taken.
Yeah, that was a really good start from Pandemonium. The pro actually not being scared to actually take fights, despite its like relatively slow kill time in comparison to other range weapons. But at the same time, they were taking 1v1s, and Pandemonium is just going to keep piling on the picks. Again, strikes are being held. They're not popping them in advance. We have a rain as well to maybe keep the fight going. We have to see how Freshly Picked actually work around this. Oh my goodness. Okay, strikes do actually come out to prevent a push. The zip actually comes out. Oh my goodness, that almost got away too. That was actually an impressive squid roll, but unfortunately, the zip does in fact catch up to you. There's always another swing coming at you from that one. Hammer ready almost on Wiper again. He's gone.
The map is showing all of its brutality. If you're being locked onto your spawn, you have pretty few options to come back. The Octobrush is going to die in Zipcaster, and that's going to be a quick win by Pandemonium, sealing the deal 2-0.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did we request a speed run for the round 4? I don't know. Like,
I believe someone in the chat did. Apparently.
Check the script. Check the script. This isn't. I don't think this is supposed to happen. Check the script. Oh my goodness. I mean, an impressive, very dominant showing from Pandemonium, though. Like, they definitely showed out for that one. Either that or they're just very allergic to museum clams. I guess they just don't want to touch museum clams with a 10-foot pole.
I mean, they have, from what I've seen, they have a very great comp for museum clam. They have range, they have crowd control, so it wouldn't be a problem for them to go on that one. But yeah, as SK said in the chat, Pandemonium decided to lock in. They sure did, and yeah, went 3-1 in Swiss.
Yeah, like that's like 3-1 is a really good start. Yeah, that is a really good that is a really good twist round. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I believe that's going to be how we wrap up the Swiss round, going into senior bracket. I guess after just a quick pause, we'll catch you after a while.
Yeah, grab a drink, grab a snack. We won't be long, but we will be here. Don't worry.
And welcome back everyone to Stronghold Academy Showcase Season 3. I am Inkuri, joined today by by my mate Snuck Hiren for the senior bracket. Coming right in with Quick Claw against Pandemonium. How are you doing, Snuck Hiren?
We're doing alright. Watching these players, climb the ranks, climb the tournament ladder is always fun. Especially with the interesting games we've been seeing so far.
Yeah, some very interesting games. And now, since we are going to bracket, we are jumping into best of 5. So the sets will be way less volatile than best of 3. And we'll be able to see more modes, more action, pretty much more everything.
Yes, agreed. The thing is, we've been doing 4 rounds of Swiss. A lot of these players are probably tired or warmed up. We'll have to see which is the case when we get into these matches. But, well, I think we've all been there. We've all played a long tournament that's done Swiss rounds indoor bracket. We all know the pain of feeling risk take after a couple of those sets, huh?
And yeah, we all do, but stamina is obviously a skill you need to have if you're going far in your competitive career.
Yeah, indeed. Let's just hope that these guys are feeling the burn and they're ready for it.
Yep, and kicking things off, we will play our first game on the Museum d'Alfonsino. It will be a Rainmaker battle. So very open map. You kind of have only one path, which is on the right. And once you have secured your checkpoint, you can go either on the right or on the left of the spinner, but it's kind of the same. So it's basically just one big choke point once you reach the checkpoint.
Yeah, I agree. Although I think, honestly, I'm going to say it, spinner is one of the most interesting parts of the map in Museum. Like, all 3 spinners. It's always interesting to fight around those. Because, well, paintable walls. We love those. But, yeah, like... it's definitely a challenge to get up on the plat and past the spinner. That is probably one of the biggest challenges to get through when it comes to pushing with the Rainmaker, especially if the enemy team has managed to charge a couple specials to fend you off. But at that point, it becomes a bit of a test of patience over everything else.
Yeah, definitely. You need resources if you want to push on this one, and just jumping from one side to the other of the spinner is not going to do much. But one thing that a spinner does really well is annoying backliners. I can say that with confidence because I am a backline player, and yeah, it really throws off some defenses. But at the same time, if you don't have the correct cycle, it can be really annoying if you're trying to push.
Yeah, definitely. Because like you finish a fight, you get the Rainmaker, but then suddenly the spinner is in a diagonal shape, so you can't actually make the jump with the Rainmaker, even if you squid roll. And you just like sat there waiting, like, come on, dude, I don't have all day. Please, let me in.
I won the fight. Can I just push, please?
Yeah, please, we won 5. Please just let me on plat. I request entrance. Oh my goodness.
Just waiting for the teams to be ready and jump. Oh, never mind. Just had to ask.
Yeah. Well, like we get sucked in. There we go. Oh, wow, okay. Well, actually, that's a surprise from Quick Claw, and actually Pandemonium hasn't changed their comp at all this tournament, I don't think. Arnu coming in straight away with a hard right flank, trying to get some attention. Actually, does get a couple of people to look at them, getting the pop for their team. And now we have we're just going to promptly enter a fairly like standard skirmish for the mid. Left side, Frozen Pro is going to push in Pandemonium because we're looking for a fight. Will also back up. And no pick so far after 30 seconds, which is a bit surprising.
Yeah, it's very neutral. You said Quicklo, Pandemonium, sorry. It was Quicklo who got the pop, but pop isn't a very important thing on that map. Since the Rainmaker is upwards on the spinner, you don't ink that much. And yeah, we got Arnub on that right side, now going left to throw off this and forcing the charger out. It is just one kill and one jump out. There's no push. Okay, never mind. Quicklo is jumping in and going on the right. The jump window was missed.
Oh my goodness. Like, I mean, honestly, that Anu did in fact clear space. He did a great job of keeping the team, like, keeping both like their mid and back lines back. What a grenade! What a bomb from Anu! Fantastic throw, well timed to prevent the pickup. And now I do believe that Quick Claw is actually going to be re-enable that push. Anu going in actually, unfortunately, does get crit by the sword, but again has created enough space for their team to take positions. And the Zip is coming in, trying to get something on Hixia. Does in fact actually get the splash damage and comes back. And wow, okay, fairly just one player exchange there. So yeah, we're back to neutral again. Welcome to Smash, I guess.
welcome back to neutral position. That's it. Pandemonium still being in a position to kind of fight and throw people off. That's a nice -2. Oh, a pro dive from, I guess, a bomb, but that enables Pandemonium to really rush in. Even though Flint is there with the hammer ready, getting punished right after by the Zikofin. That's going to be a hot push for Pandemonium. They don't have a lot of options to go in.
Yeah, they do have the ramp set up here, but unfortunately, that hammer triple has in fact stalled them enough to force them to reconsider their options. They do actually get the check break, and now we need to see how quickly they react. Yes, they've used all their resources to try and clear plat. Unfortunately, Arnold does get picked off.
Oh, that's an important cancel on the hammer, but another one is another guy is flanking. That's a nice kill on the duties, and it enables Pandemonium to go to 27 points left. That's a massive push, and it's not going to be easy to go further than this.
Agreed. Flint will make the decision to jump off there. Actually, no, it wasn't that bad. They had cooler, so that decision was actually a good idea to get the pressure off of their plat for a second and put it in a favorable position for them to try and push it out, to push the Rainmaker out of. Now looks at that 2v1 on the left, takes it. The Whales from Arnu actually managed to get 2. Hixia will actually get 2 with the assistance of their team, and now has the opportunity to push. Oh my goodness, almost gets crushed by the Rainmaker shield. Whoops. Let's pretend that didn't happen.
That was a close call, but yeah, Quick Claw on the back foot right now. 1 minute and 30 seconds left, and they don't have the lead. They don't even have the first checkpoint, which is very hard to get since the defense can be there pretty quickly. But they finally get that checkpoint. But it's -2 in their player list, so it won't be pushing further than this. And yeah, Pandemonium can just go back to mid. They have the players, they have the resources, and Quick Claw, we just have Anu on that left side, on that left plat, almost dying, but still there to defend.
Yeah, no, Anu, oh my goodness. I mean, I say Anu managed to keep space, which they were, but unfortunately Pandemonium is able to get a very good explosion off and managed to get another big chunk of their store down. Unfortunately for Quick Claw, this is now a very tough situation, and Shelinx is, oh, okay, I think they just misinputted and didn't press the jump button. Unfortunate, that happens sometimes. Yeah, now, again, Quick Claw is in a very bad situation. They are likely to go into overtime here. Oh my goodness, the Whales doing a load of damage, but Cosney will, in fact, actually manage to get the pick. Triple missile coming out as well. That's not good. Quick Claw needs to react quickly to actually avoid losing players. They lose 2. And now, again, Pandemonium has the advantage with another Remaker push, potentially. Unless they intend to just play a little more passively. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, with 10 seconds left, you don't have a lot of other options. You just play passively. You just don't even try to push. It can just bring you harm for the moment. And 5 seconds left. We have Anoop trying a move, but yeah, getting held off. And that's going to be game 1 for Pandemonium with, honestly, relative ease.
I mean, yeah, very dominant showing at the end, unfortunately. Like, unfortunate for Quick Claw, I think that just a couple of things went wrong for them. I think maybe a couple bit of timings, but, like, apart from that, I do believe that they were putting on a pretty good show for what they were doing. Like, it's just, I think it was just, like, again, you're going up against a team that has a lot of range. You're gonna have to pick your fights.
Yeah, I mean, they were especially strong in neutral. I believe they lost, like, maybe 2 or 3 neutral positions, and only 2 of them led to actual pushes. So yeah, that was very well played of them, and they managed to just keep their ground. Even though they lost like 1, 2, or 3 players, there were only always 1, 2 players left to defend and just stop any kind of offensive moves by Quick Law.
Yeah, agreed. And the Charger on multiple occasions making the right decision to jump out when they were getting pushed.
And that's a very important asset for a Charger. You need, even though you won't get a lot of specials, that's why you need to jump off. You need your specials to stay, and even though you lose the fight, just keep it secure, keep your special. It's really important, especially ink strikes. Like, you can stop a push by yourself just because you have strike.
Agreed. Yeah, it's one of the. I mean, it's considered one of the best specials for a reason. And the other thing is, like, just Charger on its own, it can just exert so much pressure if it's in the right spot. Even if it's alone, it has the chance to just completely flip a push on its head just by taking out the Rainmaker carrier. Like, say they're on the top left of their spawn, you know, the top right wall on the museum. Like, if they're there, magically getting a hit on the Rainmaker, trying to rush down the choke, that can easily put the enemy team in a very bad spot quickly, because they have to quickly pop the Rainmaker while their team is respawning.
Yeah, definitely, and that's going to be the most important one. Like, choke points are always like the place where a game is decided, because you either pass or you're not, or you don't, and that comes down to how much the enemy team is able to defend your push. If they have the resources to do so, like if they have a Zuki, if they have strikes, you won't get the choke point. Just play to force the opponent's team to use that resource, so it's wasted and you can go back to pushing. And for the moment, with the comp we're seeing, Quick Claw don't have a lot of resources to stop those pushes with, like during a choke point. While Pandemonium still got strikes, still got missiles, but Quick Claw just have a crab, honestly.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, definitely looking at the weapon comp though, I think Quick Claw is aiming to outpaint mainly. Because, like, if you look at the weapons, the paint is a little lacking on the side of Pandemonium, and I do believe they're trying to make profit of that by giving themselves a lot more space to play around. Yeah, okay. Oh my goodness, yeah, okay, yeah, no, I was expecting something there. I wasn't sure who was coming out on top there, because, like, I saw that the cooler was ready. You saw the cooler was ready. I wasn't sure who would come out on top. And now we have an actual, oh my goodness, yeah, we have a push starter here coming out from Quick Claw. Specials on the line, cooler ready. And yeah, brush is already on your plat. Something needs to be done quickly, otherwise Quick Claw might just snowball here. Rushing down, gets the charger. Decides to hold back. Yeah, no, this is a classic brush moment of leaving the brush unattended, and this is what happens. You get a pest on your snipe. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's just poke and run. If you know Sonic and Smash are the exact same thing. Brush is just going to jump on you, hit a few hits, go back to save to heal a bit, and just kill you right off because it's just way too fast for you. But honestly, very solid defense by Pandemonium. Only 60 points left. 40 points in the back for Quick Claw. They're still coming. The push is still holding for the moment, but I mean,
the crab. Yeah, that crab was a very bit risky, but it actually worked out for them. Unfortunately, Hixie does in fact get shot down pretty quickly after by Cosme. Cosme getting another pick as well on the heavy, but again, oh no, Flint getting revenge from the grave with a wave break of shockwave. And the cooler is allowing Quick Claw to just quickly come back and re-establish themselves on the front line. This is like classic how you play tower. This is like standard play. This is standard playbook stuff. I've said the same thing 3 times. I'll pass it on.
I mean, Quick Claw is just always there. There's always one player able to just pivot, offer a position to jump. Maybe not right now. They're coming back to tower, but from behind, from the mid. That's a nice pick by the heavy splatling. Can they hold on to that tower? No, they're being stopped by the sword, by the notes. That's a -2, but both players have some specials. They have a crab, they have some killaways. They can just temporize a bit and get the push going.
I mean, I notice how they're trying to play for possession of the tower. They want that special charge. They want as many specials as they can to try and just, like, overwhelm them. and it's working. Unfortunately, you're seeing players are getting stuck between like trying to avoid the crab, trying to avoid the whale that's being popped at the same time, and there's no other way to describe this, but like the second you see one of the players of Pandemonium show up, they are being overwhelmed with bombs and specials. But looks like the script is about to might just flip. Pandemonium now have a position of tower, and well, now we see Quicklaw on the back foot. Let's see how they handle it. Only trying to maintain paint on plat. Sorry.
Yeah, they need to maintain paint on plat, and they need to, I mean, gather the few resources they have to try to stop the push. The crab is there, but crab is kind of menaced by the sword jumping in, stopped by the dualies. That's a nice kill, and -2 and quick defense. Only 66 points left. Still going for Pandemonium, but they're losing some players quickly.
Yeah, no, that was a really good wave breaker from Flint there, making it very awkward for the Frozen Pro to approach, given that it was forcing it to commit to a jump RNG shot. And the ends up also losing a fight in the mid to the zip. What? Okay, that might a bit of a lag moment, I think. I don't know. Apparently they got the pick with the force. I don't know. I didn't realize that we had a like Squid Jedi in the game.
Anyway, back to defense for Quicklaw, and I mean they're still rocking in defense. They're holding off to their position so strongly. I mean, Heavy is very solid. And on the other side, you have Brush, you have Julie's just going around, swarming, dancing around Pandemonium's push, and disabling completely their resources, forcing players to focus on them rather than on the push.
Agreed. Yeah, no, both the Dualies and the Brush are playing very aggressive and off angles, whereas you've got the Enzap and the Heavy that are taking just holding the front. And again, another push comes out from Pandemonium, but they go 3 down. The only person left and it's over. I don't even get to finish my sentence. That's how quickly Pandemonium was getting shot down there, unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, that was the last round's push, and they got -3 so quickly. And Quicklaw with the tie. Going to 1-1.
Yeah, they took the first punch and looks like they're going to swing back very hard. Because again, the defensive, I think one thing to note was the amount of times Flint went to the top right, and is just able to hold there. Trying to contest a mini there is very difficult if you don't have him, if you can't get control of plat. Because if mini doesn't need to worry about somebody coming from the left, then they can pretty much just concentrate purely ahead of them, and that's ideal. Because then they don't have to divert their shots.
Yeah, definitely. We will see how it goes, but yeah, back to Splatoon Barnacle and Dime. I mean, we've seen that map previously, just the set before, and it was brutal. Pandemonium got the win pretty much on the one push. And the very important thing on Barnacle and Dime, if you're getting pushed, if you're being locked up in your spawn, just be aware of what options you have, of what you can do to get out, because it's really not impossible to get out of your spawn on Barnacle and Dime. Even if you're being completely pressured, you have a lot of ways to go. You can drop instantly on your spawn, go a little bit on the right, then drop, go full right on the same level as the zone, and get people from above. You have a lot of options. You just need to be aware of them, and keep your specials. Keep your options, keep your resources, and you'll be fine. You just need some patience.
Yeah, patience is key. Absolutely. There's no better way to put it. Just playing patiently, waiting for the right moment to use your special, and using them to the best you can in the moment is certainly the best way to get back in. It's just you don't want to rush it, because if you rush in, there's a chance you miss someone and you get shot in the back while you're trying to focus forward.
And yeah, just don't be scared of the points ticking down for the other team. I mean, if they're pushing from 100, 0 will be there in probably more than a minute. So you have time to build everything up. You have a lot of time. Don't forget that. And yeah, as I said, be patient.
The game may be fast-paced, but the timer is not. The 1 second is still 1 second. So you're like, so understand how much time you have and work with it. I'm just interested to see what comp changes we see out here, because like after the difficulties Pandemonium had, no comp change from Quickclaw. Does Pandemonium make a switch? No. Okay, we are going to be butting heads this set. I do believe. I think we're just going to be seeing a very like headstrong approach from both teams in this regard. But maybe Quicklaw's got the secret down. You see the brush on the left side already taking plat. Oh my goodness, with an early trade, high value with a 2 down for Pandemonium, and now they're on the back foot. 3 down. Here we go. Oh my goodness.
Only one squid standing, being the Nautilus.
I think we might. Oh my goodness. Very, very efficient cooler. Already everybody has it.
Oh, that's a nice bomb. That's a nice bomb, and the note is going to go forward. Yep, very nice kill. That's a -2. Even though Quicklow got the cooler, it's already another kill, -3. And yes, he takes this one so efficiently, and that's a delayed wipeout.
I think one of them got out. Actually. I think, not sure. Yeah, well, Hixia actually might. Hixia might live. Oh, unfortunately, no. Was forced to use Crab to survive. But here we go. We have Whale. We have bombs. Anu trying to make something happen on the flank, trying to help. Yeah, no, Alexa back up. But again, the zone has been neutralized. Yet players are in position. We'll see. You have to see. This is neutral once again. Missiles come out.
Missiles come out. Get some space. Charger on that right side. The pro is going down. Quicklow are in a position to fight, but no, the rain is there. The triple King Strike are there too. Rush is alone on that right side to try and do something, getting punished for it.
Yeah, no, to actually get a trade, I wouldn't complain. I'm a brush player myself. But here we go. Again, standing your ground is going to be key here. A Crab's come out for Hixia, attempting to defend themselves, get shredded, but oh my goodness, counters with a good dodge roll into a couple shots, and that puts the zip down, and it's 3v4. Quickclaw is going to look to reclaim the zone with a Wavebreaker active as well, along with Cooler. This is a very strong retake to actually get themselves some space with some breathing room with penalty.
Okay, now the question is, can Pandemonium bring that back? They have the lead, they just need to take the zone. Yeah, they do it, but they're losing kind of a lot of play. Quicklow, heavy is the last squid standing. People are jumping to them. But yeah, it's a tough position to be in. You're kind of locked up onto that plat with people coming from everywhere.
Yeah, no, the plat is definitely a difficult part to get a hold of, but once you do, it's a very strong power position. But it looks like Pandemonium is giving it up once again. The Crab going with long shots, and just such pressure coming from Quickclaw. Again, they are just being able to take their plat back so quickly. Very aggressive play coming out from Hixia, looking to get a shot on the pro. Doesn't get anything, unfortunately, but isn't going to jump out immediately. We'll have to see how they try and handle this.
Okay, they jumped back instantly to a teammate, so that's a very good move to not completely jump out, but just to a teammate that's a bit further in the back. That enables you to be in the fight so much quicker in a healthy position, and that worked out very well for Quicklow. They have the zone. The penalty is going down slowly but surely, but be careful because you're losing the zone. Pandemonium was in a position to retake it.
Indeed. But unfortunately, I do believe Quickclaw captures that and quickly repaints. Missiles are coming out from Pandemonium. We'll have to see how they react. Strikes as well. Looks like it's going to at least neutralize the zone. We're going to have to see 2 go down on the side of Quickclaw. Can they at least recover and stand their ground? We'll have to, I'm not sure what... Ooh, actually, no. Wavebreaker is actually going to, like, at least halt the push a little bit to give themselves some space. A couple of players get marked. Flint, again, trying to keep the team in this fight with some space taking. Cooler has also come out, so we're going to have to see how the push goes. 2 players on the left side, known as neutralized, and Pandemonium once again trying to take down trying to take themselves out, take themselves home here.
I mean, they have everything they need. They have the lead. They don't have any penalty, and Quicklow are locked up for the moment. There's only one squid standing, being the brush. It was close, but not close enough, and that's going to be game 2. Pandemonium. I was a very cool game.
Yeah, it was a very strong back and forth. Like, you saw, like, Quicklaw was easily able to retake their stacks, and just unfortunately, I think they were struggling on the hold. Like, because, like, you saw a lot of the displacement specials came out, and, like, Pandemonium was really quick to act on any of the displacement, like, forced movement from their players. So, I think that's mainly the reason for that one. Going the way it did.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to another completely different map. I mean, Umami kind of, it's kind of the same as Barnacle and Dime. It's very, very flat. But at the same time, we're going to Clam Blade, so you have to move. It's probably the mode where you move the most. And at the same time, it's the mid is way more obfuscated than on Barnacle and Dime.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more room to play for a lot of weapons, but we just have to see how they try and approach the objective, because the clam spawns on Umami are like the basket isn't far from mid, so it's very easy if you lose like 2 to 3 players, it can be very easy for the enemy team to push you back into your base and keep you there for as long as the team needs to score.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the basket is very far from your spawn and very close to mid. That's why it's so easy to put some pressure on the defense's shoulders. But at the same time, the wipeout is kind of hard to get on this one, because you need to be super coordinated with your team, because the mid is completely split. So it's kind of hard to make a very coordinated push. You can't go like 4 on the same side. It's just not possible. You'll get completely reversed if you do this most of the time. So it's a tricky map. It's a tricky map if you wanna do a very great push. But once you are in a solid position, it's tough to get you off.
Agreed. Especially like if you play well with your like passing clams up. If you manage to get somebody, like, you know, the block jump that gets you onto grates and then onto the enemy dome, like that jump is really good. If you're able to pass a clam up to someone like a Dooley or a Brush who manages to rush up there, it can be a really safe way to secure a score, and then start taking down your timer. But of course, like, one of the main things that people tend to struggle with with clams is keep having a good enough clams to actually make a big push. Big pushes are always hard to pull off, but if they get pulled off, it can set you for the entire match.
Yeah, completely agreed on that one. But honestly, we'll see how it goes, because it will again depend on the composition. If the comp stay the same, I think Quicklaw will have a big advantage, because running around like they do with their brush, with their dualies, is massive in here. You can make the opponent lose so much time, and we have some players staying in their kettle apparently.
Little shy lads, come on, it's just a game. Either way, we see, again, a very off-angle drop immediately from Arnim, looking to get some off-angles, meeting the pro head-on and actually coming out unscathed despite the range difference. Oh, no, oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, no, and, well, Arnim doing exactly what a Brush wants to do, keep the enemy occupied while somebody else comes in to finish the job. So now, I think we're going to see Quicklaw kick into high gear with a cooler.
I mean, that's exactly what you want to do on Umami Ruin. Play as duos. Consider yourself a team of 4, but split your team in 2 people. That's basically the way to go on a lot of maps, especially Umami. But for the moment, Pandemonium are still in position to defend. They have the Deepcaster taking a kill. That's a -2. Almost another kill by Quicklaw, but for the moment they're holding the ground.
Yeah, Pandemonium do need to be very careful though. They are fighting a Rattler mini, so that means that beacons are going to be everywhere, and they are fighting double Splatling comp, meaning they can't take corners lightly, otherwise they will just get shredded. As you saw there, they tried to rush basket, but AJ was just standing their ground with a full charge ready.
mean, let's just wait because now we're back to neutral position. Quicklow are kind of in a great position right now. They have the offensive specials. They got away with the Zuka. They have a crab ready. Pandemonium are kind of struggling to get back in. Cosme here on the left side with the Frozen Pro, helped by the sword, but not much coming out of it. Quicklow still get control of mid and cement it with that crab.
Yep. They do get a ball in. Unfortunately, not much else. That might not be the best outcome of that push. But again, Quicklow taking the lead does certainly put some pressure on Pandemonium to return to retaliate. We'll just have to see how efficient that retaliation is. As you see, we have missiles ready, and we also have a couple specials also potentially coming online soon. Yet we have rain and missiles, a classic combo we've been seeing Pandemonium resort to try and start a push. They do get one, but they do get two. Actually, pardon me, I spoke too soon. But the question is, do they have what it takes to actually get to the basket? Because watch out, look out for those beacons. Those beacons are there, and yep, here we come. And the team just collapses on them. Unfortunately, the Frozen Pro will just get collapsed on. The ball is there. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a good part to pass you off.
Flint is doing some great work. Absolutely shredding everything that Pandemonium threw at them. That's a really nice defense, but for the moment we only got one power clam in the basket. And like more than half of the game is gone.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to clams. Unfortunately, sometimes it does happen like that. Oh my goodness, I don't think Shellnix even knew somebody was there, but then again, hee-ho, we take those as a zip counter user.
So that's a way for Pandemonium to push. They have the economy, but they're losing some clams in the passes.
Oh my goodness. Wait, hold on.
They just need one.
Oh my goodness, what a save! That's a save. My goodness, what a save from Quicklow to prevent the lead. But again, now we're going to have to see how they reciprocate. Are they going to be able to stagger their opponents enough to actually get back to basket? Because Pandemonium has been putting out a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, that situation is very dangerous for Quicklow because, I mean, it's just one power clam in and the lead is out. So they can't afford to let Pandemonium push. And right now, they're in a great position, but they are losing some players one by one. Again, like, the sword is doing so much great work to defend. That's not where you see sword shine, but this one.
Ooh, that was a clean drop from the sword, though. Sorry, I just saw that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the problem that Pandemonium is facing is that, like, they have two weapons that are just able to constantly get in their face, and they don't like that. Like, they want to be, like, get in slowly, but, like, the brush and the dualies are just you know, keeping up a non-stop onslaught. They're trying to get a jump.
They have a jump.
Well, they do
jumping
have a jump.
in. That's going to be lead taken.
It will be lead.
And they have some rain. They had some ink strikes. So yeah, they still have some positions to go in, get some clams. 48 points left. Half of the objective is done now. But I mean, 16 seconds left. Quicklow need to be quick on the pushback.
Yeah, yes they do. Indeed they do. If Pandemonium manages to score here, it's over. But they also need to move up the field quickly. They need to get themselves something in now. Otherwise, it might just be the end of the set. They have two power clams, but now we need to see how they manage to get close to basket. We have a Zuka almost online for Flint. Oh my goodness. This is not looking good, unfortunately. I hate to be pessimistic before the bell ends, but one goes down from Pandemonium. Another might just fall. Careful.
That might be it. That might be it. Zuka is out. Zuka is ready. Pull your Zuka out. No.
No, that's unfortunate. They wanted the timer was not in their favor, unfortunately. That is such an unfortunate end to a really good set. Oh my goodness.
They lost a lot of time going in and securing the position on mid, but in this desperate time you kinda need to rush in without caring too much because it was all or nothing. But yeah, very great play by Pandemonium, taking the lead like in the last seconds, literally the last seconds.
I mean, to be fair, it was a very classic clams moment of just having like the score be like one power clam each up until the end, where unfortunately one team manages to break away with a big lead. It happens so much in clams, but you never expect it to end in such tragedy. I was, I mean, I was enjoying the set so much. I was really hoping for a game 5.
Definitely. I mean, we're all hoping for a game 5. Like, we're not favoring any team if we're hoping for a game 5.
No favoritism. It's just like, well, we always hope for game 5, but you hate to see it end like that.
I mean, that's how it ends. So 3-1 for Pandemonium. Quicklo is sadly out of the tournament, but we have a final. We have a final to play right now. It will be Invisible against Pandemonium. So we'll go back to you after a very, very short break. Don't go anywhere.
Indeed. And welcome back. That was a short one, don't worry. We're going right back in with the finals of the SBA, well, Splatoon Beginners Academy he showcased Season 3 with Indivisible and Pandemonium as your finalists. Now, we've been seeing these players, both of these teams playing very aggressively throughout this bracket, and, well, I'm definitely interested to see how they clash. It's definitely going to be very fun to see. Well, what do you think about this one, Ink?
That's going, to be a very interesting one. I mean, Pandemonium, you can't have missed them. They've been on stream for the last 3 sets. On the side of Indivisible, we have some pretty interesting comps. I see a Paintbrush in the Tentacles of Goliath. I can see Brand playing apparently Tentumbrella, Pencil Dread. Some very interesting weapons. And starting on a very interesting map because we're going Flat Zones, which is classic, but on Ship-Shape Cargo Company.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how Indivisible approaches this, given how, like, the comp we've been seeing from Pandemonium has not changed so far, and I'm not sure, well, I'm very unsure as to whether it's going to change at all, because it clearly works for them. So why change if it doesn't fail?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, but the interesting thing is we see a like Goliath and I think it was Cat who are using a Paintbrush and Decav duo, which is a very interesting one in my opinion. That's a very interesting pairing.
Yeah, I mean, this is like 2 frontline weapons that have kind of range to them, which is very interesting. I mean, Splatoon 3 has a meta that is completely shifted towards aggressive weapons with range. Like you have Bucket on top, you have Decav on top, you have Stomper on top, which are weapons that are supposed to be slayers, but can play basically midline and completely wait for you to come in to kill them. And Paintbrush and Decav are kind of in the mid of this because they still need to be very, very at close range.
They do certainly do a lot of damage and have a lot of range, but the only real weakness is that, like, they are often a bit slow. So if you can catch them out at the right moment, it can definitely be difficult for them to, avoid dying. But that aside, we will be starting off this final set with actually a Paintbrush comp. Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to this. I enjoy it. Like, a bit of personal weapon bias is that I do enjoy seeing myself a bit of Paintbrush. So we'll have to. Oh my goodness. Okay. No. Like, not even a handshake. Not even a handshake, and the Dread is already on the floor.
Dread is on the floor. Sniper did his job, and Cosme is going to follow up with another kill. Maybe a third one. No, getting stopped and punished by the Dreadbringer as a revenge kill.
Indeed. The Dread looking to get some kills to create space and potentially give their team an in, and, well, it looks like it's working because they've already managed to flip the zone and claim the lead. Cosme again dropping right. Unfortunately, the heavier sees it coming after the second time. Good pattern recognition, and looks like now it's going to be an all-out brawl because look at this again. Coolers are just galore. I just realized it's a double cooler comp. Oh my goodness. It would seem that Indivisible is looking to speedrun a caffeine addiction.
Yeah, probably. Well, also, what's interesting for Indivisible is that they have 2 weapons that, in their proposed kits, have Reef Slider, which is amazing in zone, especially in Ship Shape, and not using a single Reef Slider.
I mean, true. Yeah, I do see that. I do agree with that. Like, Reslider is something that most people would de facto to for this map. Oh my goodness!
That was a very interesting kill. But yeah, getting punished by the heavy edit itself, getting punished by the Charger, and the Charger is going on a rampage right now. Crab is out to stop it, but Zone is still completely purple.
Yeah, I like your cut, G, only to get shot, but, like, again, but unfortunately Indivisible is looking to be on the back foot here, looking to try and get zone. They might just get it, but they need to do it quickly, otherwise they may be in a spot that they can't recover from. Cosme on the right, again, keeping things from going too far, and, oh my goodness, Oh, he's gotten 3! Do they get 4? They do get 4!
That's the 4 in a row!
And fires off missiles to prevent the repush, and this might just be the end of the game. I think I've spoken just at the right time for once. Yeah, there we go. Well done from Cosby for that flank, and actually just securing the game.
Yeah, that was a huge play by them. What's I think like there's probably one thing that completed disable indivisible to try and take the game is that it tried to take the zone before taking some kills and securing the mid. Like every time they were on the zone, there were like 2 people on top, 2 people on bottom, each of them completely like being around them.
I mean, yeah, like, I've got no words, man. I've got no words, like, to what happened on multiple occasions that game. Like, just, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna commit to an absolute Splatoon.
Absolutely, exactly. It's basically how it is. But yeah, and now we're going to Rainmaker Scorch Gorge. If you remember, Scorch Gorge is the first map to ever being seen for Splatoon 3. And from what I've seen in almost 3 years of Splatoon 3, is that the map is like pretty solid. It's played in almost every tournament. It's played mainly in Rainmaker and Clam Blitz, and it's a map that shined in those 2 modes. Like, it's a really cool one. And honestly, it can be pretty one-sided. Like, if you have range on this one, like, if you have a litter on your lineup, please bring it to Scorch Gorge. It will do so much good to your composition.
I mean, agreed. I mean, also, to return to the map mode thing, yeah, I do agree. Like, this map is played on Rain and Clam for a reason, because, well, the second you go, like, this map goes from, you know, like, a very solid map to play on for every weapon in Clams and Rain, to an absolute hellscape on any other mode. I wonder why. Oh my goodness. But, I mean, yeah, no, there's no other way to put it. This, like, yeah, I do agree. E-Luther on this map is extremely dominant. Range on this map has a lot of places to work with. But you shouldn't forget, you shouldn't count out any short-range weapons either. There's plenty of ways they can get around.
I mean, one short-range category that I see a lot on Scorch Gorge shining is the blasters. Because one important feature of Scorch Gorge is that you have ledges everywhere, and a blaster under a ledge is basically a demon for your whole team, because it can get control of that plat just by existing under it.
But in the meantime, we have seen a bit of like countering from Indivisible. We're seeing a shot coming out over the I think it's the, well, I'm not sure which player's first, but it looks like they are going to be trying to get some Zookas to potentially outrange and pick people off. But we're going to have to see how that works out for them, as Cosme again is getting very aggressive on the left ramp, but doesn't seem like anybody's noticed them. I changed my mind. Oh, a trade out with the cooler. That actually gets them some space, because 2 down on the side of Pandemonium may actually result in a bit of a problem for them now that they have no specials. But the strikes are ready on the charger. We'll see how they get used. A very strong committal shot from the Zooka, but unfortunately somebody is there to punish that. Like, just reaching out to kill the charger. Unfortunately, the overextension is rapidly, you know, shut down. And now Pandemonium has actually managed to find their footing on this neutral and get a push in to get their choke broken.
That first push after 1 minute, and yeah, first checkpoint. That was a quick one. They got the right -3 at the right moment, and it's still going. Like, Pandemonium are not stopping. 28 points left, and that's where it gets really tricky to push further on Scorch Gorge, because it's basically the most choke point of all Splatoon choke points. Like, you can't move on this place.
Yeah, no, that choke point is a nightmare. But the thing is, it's like the confidence and the, like, you know, I guess the only way to say it, they're just the sheer confidence that they had to just keep holding forward, like similar to a charging bull. Honestly, I would be afraid of that. I'd be afraid of a player with that much confidence holding a Rainmaker. Goliath trying to keep themselves alive there with the with the wave breaker. Unfortunately, I don't think it acts as the best shield in the planet.
Hello, Shelonix.
Hello.
Bit of lag here, nothing too important, but yeah, we got a nice push by Indivisible. Oh no, never mind, didn't get a single point. He got stopped right off by Pandemonium, but now they're getting into it. That's the -2. That's almost a -3. The Duke carries up, but nice defense. Very, very nice one.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say worth it honestly because for the weapon. Oh, clean. Even though they rolled the bomb a little too far, they knew it was in their blast radius, so they could 2-tap. Very clean combo. Missiles also taking one for Cosme. Again, Cosme being the team's all-rounder here is paying off massively because they are just like taking every fight they can, and it's working out for them. Because I don't think Indivisible is just ready for how aggressive this the main support of the team is being, and. Well, unfortunately, at this point, Cosme's just going to seem to run away with it because they've already gotten 3. Are they going to get another one before getting shut down? We're going to have to see, like, hopefully Indivisible tries to pull something here. Oh, does in fact work. Cosme does finally get shut down.
Cosme is so confident on their way of, like, going forward, staying on that plat, and just being a thorn on the side of Indivisible.
Oh my goodness, the shot almost getting crit around the corner, but makes the right move to zig and zag just until they can get away, but gets picked off by the charger mid-Zuka usage. So yeah, unfortunately, again, getting shut down. Again, look at this, Cosme is just so blindingly aggressive. It's impressive, honestly. I respect it.
I respect it, but I would advise that heavy edit to put down that cooler before you lose it. Yeah, cooler is an important.
They did. I think they did.
Resource. You don't want to lose it at Cosme.
There goes Cosme. There
goes
Cosme.
Aggressive that they jump off the map to secure kill.
The thing is, the game isn't over yet. Remember, they still. Oh, again, every time I start speaking about the potential of a comeback, somebody gets picked. Can we have a longer fight while right as I start the sentence? But regardless, again, like Indivisible, no. Pandemonium still needs to be careful. There's still the potential that Indivisible actually comes in and takes it here. Like 28 seconds left. They have the chirp broken. Again, a good cooler at this time will result in a very, very tough push to break. Oh my goodness, the paintbrush getting a very good spot and managed to get one, maybe creating an opening. But the other members of Pandemonium are ready to fill in the gap of the defense and do get a double here to shut it down. Oh my goodness. Again, like, this is a very strong defense, and they put out a good amount of pressure. They grab Rainmaker. It goes into overtime because the Rainmaker carrier does get picked. We may see somebody pick it up. Another player goes down on the side of Pandemonium. And we do actually see overtime. Heavy Edit is here. Cola is here.
Charger. Get that charger off the field.
Oh my goodness, I want to commentate, but also I am very, very excited and like I'm on the edge of my seat. Oh my goodness, the rush actually gets it.
Yeah, I mean that was a tricky situation for Pandemonium. For Indivisible, they couldn't push very, very hard. So yeah, nice win by Pandemonium. That's a 2-0, and they get themselves a match point.
Yeah, very, very strong, dominant match point so far. But that was close. That was close. It's never done. It's never over until the game literally stops. Until the game ends, it is not over because that check was broken. That was a very dangerous situation. If Pandemonium didn't handle that right, it could have just ended. That could have been it. That could have been 1-1.
Could have been, but yeah, that's how it goes. So Pandemonium with the 2-0 lead going into tower control Hagglefish Market. And I feel like it's in their favor because, I mean, they have Strike Charger, they have Nautilus, they have Pro Frozen with the missiles. They're looking really, really strong and not ready to let anything go through.
Yeah, no, Hagglefish, I must say, I love Hagglefish Tower. Like, some people
I
might
do.
not like it, I really enjoy it. It's a really good tower map, in my opinion. Like, sure, it's a very one-way-ish map, but it, like, the mid and the sides are vastly improved just because of the addition of a single ramp and a lot more space for for both teams to play on each side. Honestly, absolute map design, despite it being a hallway.
I mean, it's a hallway, but we're still fighting in tower control. Tower control, the path of the tower is predetermined, so the game will be one-sided. Like, you can't go too much, too far from the designated path. And although the objective moves at a defined rate, at a defined speed, you can't go too fast, which is
Agreed.
why it snowballs so fast.
Oh, hello. Again, like, 2 players stay the same. Double cooler on the side of Indivisible, which is an interesting thing, but, like, look at the weapons they switched up to for this one.
S-Blast,
We've
S-Blast brings up Booyah, which is amazing in defense, in offense. In tower
Oh, a
control,
curling.
in
That was a
general.
curling bomb. Oh my goodness, Goliath just got a curling bomb kill. Oh my goodness.
That's
Bran getting
unexpected,
very
it's
aggressive.
It's a welcome kill. Bran trying to jump out, yeah, managing to do so, but that's a -2. And be careful because you have a sword flank coming from behind, ready to stop that push, but the first checkpoint is going to go down. I mean, that checkpoint is easy to get. That's the second that's the most difficult.
Oh my goodness, yeah, Bran with a very cautious approach to that fight, making sure that they weren't too close to the sword to avoid getting covered. They get cooler. They also get counterpicked. But again, the minimal value gained from picking their players there during cooler is might just come back to bite Pandemonium in the back, because the blaster is here and the blaster has charge. And yeah, no, another Booyah Bomb is already online for Bran. That means that they can push this back as far as they need to. Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness, what a survival! That was a very clean, there was a very clean sequence. Unfortunately, it does get shut down, but again, the push for Pandemonium has also been shut down. Like, this is turning into a stalemate again. But
Yeah,
looks like sorry.
Yeah, this time Indivisible is looking really strong. They're holding their pushes. They have everything they need for the moment. Be careful, that head is going to die. Yep, but the big bubbler is on that tower. Budget is going to jump on it, and that's going to be push stopped. 46 points left. For the Pandemonium are kind of struggling to really go in.
Yeah, no, I think it's mainly because, like, I think again with the team comps, I think it comes down to the double cooler and the bubbler, because like they have so much sustain. Like, they have so much individual sustain that can be very difficult to get, like, people, like, you know, get a good, like, you know, wipe or, like, good team man advantage when they are coming back so quickly. And I say that, but then She-Lynx just decides to slide around the corner and crit someone, and then they're getting traded out again because Cooler is back. Again, like, it's very difficult. Like, well, I think, yeah, no, again, I think Double Cooler is definitely working in Indivisible's flavor here, especially on tower where the objective is, again, just very easy to rush down.
I mean, it can be quite hard to pull off a double cooler conk because you're of course losing like an entry special, something that will ease the fact of holding your push or just provoke it. But at the same time, like your team always have a cooler, always have a way to respond fast and not lose special. So, oh, and that's a huge wipeout in defense.
Oh my goodness.
63
Check them
points
out.
and that's what?
Like, look, you see, we didn't even notice, but the roller went all the way around to the right. Nobody saw him. Sorry, I just had to call that out. Like, that was a fantastic flank to keep his team in the game. But please continue.
I mean, that's not much to say for the moment. It's just back to neutral position. Oh, Sword getting 1 kill, but it's 2 apiece. Buzz bomb, and the blaster is going to do some work here. Holding that mid, going onto the left side. Careful not get punished by that Frozen Pro and Cosme again doing its magic. But with 1 minute left, Pandemonium need to push. They need to break that glass ceiling.
The glass ceiling. But yeah, I do agree. Pandemonium definitely need to do something here, but they just need to handle the situation right. Because again, right now it's just like Individual have a setup that allows them to just constantly throw their dually and their roller at the tower with minimal special loss. And Booyah comes out from them to shut down yet another push attempt from Pandemonium, and it's just working. There's no other way to describe it, but it just works. Oh my goodness, Sheelix with the double crit on landing. But again, the roller is by tower, and you don't want to challenge a roller in close range. Now, I don't think anybody does.
Alright, 30 seconds left. That's probably last stand for Pandemonium if they want to take the game. Pandemonium, it's working. They're losing their pro. That's -2 against -3. The only squid standing, and that's a wipeout. This is a huge wipeout, and everyone is jumping onto that tower. The sword is going down. That's a -2, -3 again. The edit is the last squid standing,
That's it.
the lead. What a comeback for Pandemonium.
That was so unfortunate. Like I think it was the landing crit. Yeah, the landing crit was what resulted in that. I think because I think we saw, unfortunately, Goliath try to put down their bubbler. Unfortunately, they popped it. The second it touched the ground, the tower ran it over and destroyed it. So Goliath didn't have any safety. Oh my goodness, that is such an unfortunate turn of events in the last moment. Full Pandemonium.
Yeah, Indivisible was looking so strong. But then Pandemonium just woke up and chose violence, literally.
Oh my goodness. That is a tragic way to lose the game, lose that set. Specifically the last game.
Yeah.
Lose that tournament. But again, it was like, I don't think anybody could have expected that crit to get to. And well, that crit leads into Pandemonium will be your Academy Showcase Season 3 Academy Valedictorians. Congratulations to Pandemonium, GG's to every team that played, and thank you for watching. That's the only way I can say it. Like,
yeah, very big thank you for watching, and we also have the information of the third place match. Quicklow won 3-0 against Last Respects.
Good games, well done.
GG's to everyone. We have our top 3, so it's going to be Pandemonium, then Indivisible, then Quicklow, wrapping up this podium. Again, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you to our wonderful producer, observer, TOs for organizing this tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before we show you something, I would just like to say, like, a message to every team out there. Like, regardless of your positioning tonight, I just want to say, like, you guys have all graduated from the academy, and I can only assume that your coaches, your team managers, and your teammates are proud of your performance. You've given it all, and you've shown the Splatoon scene what you can do. Be proud of yourselves. And, well, apart from that, good games. That's all we can say about it. Like, there's no other way to say it. Good games. Like, we hope to see what you do in the future as a team. And, well, apart that aside, I do believe we have something to show you. So, give us just a moment, we will show you that exact thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, goodbye. That will be once again. I am Snug Kieran, and well, Inquiry with me once again. Thank you for commentating, everybody. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone, and again, GG too.
Oh, those players are really good at the game. I kind of want to get into competitive Splatoon now. Let's see, how. Why are there so many Discord servers? What the f is a creating post? Wait, I need friends for this?
The Stronghold Beginners Academy is a program aimed at making the first steps into competitive Splatoon as simple as possible. We have experienced staff who provide coaching and mentoring to make the process of joining the scene stress-free. Teams are hand-created by our staff to ensure they are high quality and full of potential. Applying is quick, easy, and takes only a couple of minutes. Season 3 of the Academy is almost over, which means the applications for the next season are now officially open. If if you want to play competitive Splatoon but don't quite know how to start, this is the program for you. You can find out more on splatoonstronghold.com/academy.